Dalam BuzzPOP hari ini kita bakal membincangkan tentang Forecasting Love and Weather episod 5 hingga episod 8. So aku akan mulakan dengan reaksi satu ayat kita malam ini. Akhirnya kita sampai ke mid season ya, di mana watak-watak sampingan pun mendapat subplot mereka tersendiri. Jadi apakah reaksi satu ayat anda terhadap episod 5 hingga 8 bagi siri Forecasting Love and Weather? Kita mulakan dengan kaki anime kita, Shah, silakan.
Ya, kamera lari sikit. Okey. Aku sebenarnya muka jadi merah sikit lah. Macam ni punya mata merah kan, aku muka merah sikit. Bila aku tengok and the build up tu to episode 8 tu kan, I was like okay, and macam like alah, you really are as lousy as I thought you would be. Memang macam like Mamat ni kan, tak ada satu benda pun yang dia tak blame betul. It's like and he's gonna cause so much problems. Alahai. Sampai aku sembang dengan Jamal kan, Mamat Lemo ni kan, kita sampai nama orang tak ingat lah. Aku panggil dia Mamat Lem je sekarang. Lemo.
Kita panggil, aku dengan Syah akan panggil dia Lemo mulai sekarang sehingga akhir.
Lemo.
Karakter lain semua boleh ingat nama tau. Siwoo, Ha-kyung, Yoo-jin. I mean, sub-characters tu nanti kita akan try to recall juga lah. Mamat ni aku tak ingat sampai sekarang. Apa nama dia entah. So aku panggil dia Mamat Lem.
Refuse to remember his name.
Ki-jun bro, Ki-jun.
Refuse to remember his
Ki-jun.
I refuse to remember his name.
Sengaja.
Ki-jun.
Aku tak nak acknowledge dia.
Okey, seterusnya Tarmizi, apakah reaksi satu ayat kau? Silakan.
Susah nampak reaksi satu ayat 4 episod ni. Dia macam roller coaster. Ingat macam it will go in certain way. Lepas tu dia put the brakes and dia pergi kat jalan lain pula. Dia kona macam okay. So sekarang macam kita ada dah cabang-cabang yang macam Loki punya timeline variant dah bercabang dah. So sekarang macam cabang tu dah establish.
Oh, menarik.
So
nice.
Sekarang kita dah yang senior forecaster yang seorang lagi tu dah ada macam subplot dia. Lepas tu macam kita find out macam dia punya deputy tu rupanya duduk dalam satu bangunan dan dia orang tak tahu pun duduk dalam satu bangunan. And then rupanya kita find out that Ha-kyung used to be under muka masam tu.
That was a nice flashback tu. Bila kau tengok Hakim pun sama bici. Apa saya kena jawab phone call? Kelakar gila tu.
Tetapi dia telah belajar daripada pengalamannya dan dia tak impose benda yang sama kepada staff baru.
Dah jadi director dah. So Jamal, silakan reaksi satu ayat.
Reaksi satu ayatku adalah untuk episod 5 dan 6 aku macam sebab macam Mizi cakap tadi, momentum dia lari sikit sebab dia dah rasa dia dah dapat hold kita punya attention dan dia nak divest kita punya attention kepada karakter-karakter lain yang hopefully akan ada payoff. Dan episod 7 dengan 8 pula dia follow through with that by giving more time for the other supporting characters to be part of the greater story while at the same time still making sure that the main couple tu ada major progress lah dalam dia punya ni. So while I appreciate all that and while at certain times aku rasa sedikit macam alah, because I think for me kalau kau ambil episod 1 hingga 5 sahaja, pound for pound, minute for minute, it stands up to be among some of the best K-dramas I've watched all time. I'm not saying that it is better, but I'm saying the first 5 episodes sahaja, the way dia punya build up, character establishment, the writing, self-contained stories per episode, cara dia susun, how poetic the writing can be and the acting, pound for pound it is as good as some of the best K-dramas I've seen lah. Tapi 6, 7, 8 dia slow down sikit. Namun aku rasa my strongest feeling from these 4 episodes is the fact that I have developed a very, very strong reaction against Abang Lemo kita, Abang BMW Lemo kita.
Abang
yang,
kita kalah. Namanya Ki-jun, okay?
Yang wife call tak nak angkat, tapi ex-girlfriend yang kau curang, gila pakai suit lawa-lawa, bawa BMW, tak beritahu orang dalam meeting pun kau nak keluar pergi jemput. Dia tak inform dia orang pun walaupun kau assistant director kat dalam kau punya team. Korang punya boss ni sebenarnya ada accident. Aku nak pergi tolong jemput dia. Tak ada pun. So nampak sangat dia self-centered. So I have a very very strong reaction to that. So while I do not like him even more, I kena tepuk tangan because that character yang bagi aku strong reaction to is very very real and aku ada precedent in real life. So benda tu flashback balik, so aku macam wow. So
Favorite aku adalah by episod ke-6 dia dah ajak, jom kita move in together. Aku macam laju ni.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Favorite moment aku adalah at the end of episod 8 bila dia balik, bila Abang Lemo tu dah balik, dia dah stress, lepas tu bini dia finally tunggu, okay, I want to tell you and talk to you why I did not tell you I was living in with Siwu. The only thing he was able to say adalah, weh, Mamat tu sekarang couple dengan ex aku like
Everything's
that is
about
as
him, bro.
real.
Everything's about Ki-jun.
Everything is about you, but that is as real as it is. Sebab orang-orang dia bukan macam mana, dia bukan self-centered tau, tapi dia tak nampak benda lain, dia just tak nampak benda lain. So orang-orang macam tu sangat real dan memang wujud di kalangan kawan-kawan kita yang mungkin kita tak tahu that close. So
aku
that
tak
scene
ada
aku
kawan se-handsome tu unfortunately. So orang-orang tak self-aware yang handsome ni aku tak kenal.
Hello, please. Kau tak nampak hati 3 panelis ni selain host ni semua kawan kau, Mamat. Semua handsome lah. Hello.
I mean Syaz, aku tak perlukan acknowledgement macam tu, tapi terima kasih kerana berkongsi.
Nick tak boleh kawan Nick. Nick pun handsome juga, tapi aku tak boleh lah cakap Nick kawan Nick. You know, Nick is the host. Kita kawan-kawan dia semua handsome.
Nick tak handsome.
Kawan lain aku tak tahulah.
Terus kita hilang 4 penonton terus macam apa?
Keluar 4 orang keluar. Apa benda ni?
Ni pakcik buat lawak pakcik ni.
Tapi for me that's my favorite part lah, because as much as I hate that scene because there is so him, that scene is so real. Like damn. Kalau aku tak pernah berada di dalam babak macam tu, I for a fact know that some of my friends have actually told me that particular scene when they have gone through it themselves. So aku rasa macam oi.
Macam mana aku tak ingat asin ni.
Kita boleh sembang tak pasal gambar picture ni?
Ya, silakan.
Now kita dah nampak tau. Initially it was between the main couple and the second couple. Now kita dah nampak the rest of the character new roles. The 3 kaki gosip macam like, you know, the akak tu OH. She is the one yang aku ada masalah, tapi this thing is happening to me but I still got problems. The other girl macam like, kenapa aku kena marah?
Kim
Kan? Kim, kenapa aku kena marah? Aku sedih. Mamat belakang tu pula, kopi aku dah siap belum?
Hipster bro, dia tu hipster.
Dia apalah. Bila ada orang nak ambil side dish aku ni, berbau. And the best,
dia
yang senior
pada
itu macam like,
my friends yang jenis
macam
single, comfortable, hidup seorang, tak perlu macam relationship dengan orang.
Dia perfectionist dan juga aku rasa hypochondriac or something like that lah. So kita akan bincangkan lagi dalam segmen seterusnya. Kita akan mulakan perbincangan malam ini dengan plot menarik kita yang pertama. Alright, jadi plot menarik kita yang pertama adalah tentang the leads, Lee Si-woo dan juga Jin Ha-kyung. So aku ada 3 soalan. Soalan pertama untuk Jamal tentang the scenes of the father. Apakah pendapat anda tentang bapa Lee Si-woo, iaitu Lee Myung-hyun, ataupun Lee Mung-hyun, who is a gambling addict dan membawa masalah kepada cinta yang baru nak berputik di antara Si-woo dengan Ha-kyung. Aku rasa subplot tu macam kimak dah. Aku pun benci doa ayah dia.
Aku punya my initial reaction adalah macam alamak, nampak dia nak selitkan sangat this backstory. So I didn't quite like it. The backstory itself I don't have an issue with. How they characterize the father with, I don't have an issue with. As it is, aku kind of like pelakon yang jadi bapa dia tu sebab dah berpuluh-puluh K-drama aku tengok dia ni, selalu aku perasan. So kali ni nampak dia jadi pelakon gambling addict yang lupa ada anak tengah tunggu kat park bench kat luar tu, memang agak PKM lah. So Dia memang kau bukan setakat nak gulung surat khabar pukul dia, kau nak gulung macam-macam lagi benda nak pukul dia. But aku rasa the way they introduced it was a bit too sudden for me because of the format of dia call at the end of the previous episode. Lepas tu then the whole episode is about the past. So I don't kind of like that. I would have preferred if they introduced that phone call in the middle of the previous episode, and then at the end of the previous, and then for the rest of the second half of the episode, kita ingat sebenarnya dia punya ex-girlfriend Yoo-jin tu yang rindu kat dia, rupa-rupanya sebenarnya bapak dia yang call. So I would have preferred it that way, sebab dalam what it felt like to me was that dalam episod 5 tu dia nak spend the whole episode, okay, ni backstory Siwoo dengan bapak dia, sebab tu dia macam ni. Tapi dia dah jadi well adjusted adult lepas dia settle dengan bapak dia bila dia. So aku rasa benda tu is a bit jarring lah. But as it is, as a story, I'm fine with it. So aku cuma terkejut dan yang bapak dia sangat cepat tangkap dan macam anak aku kerja dekat KMA. Ini director. Aku boleh pergi ke Pak Gad dan tanya, ada tak director nama ABC kerja kat sini? Lepas tu panggil director tu turun. So what I was actually hoping to see in episode 6, 7 and 8 yang dia tak bagi adalah Ha-kyung petik bapak dia visit Siwoo. So I like the fact that there is enough happening in 6, 7 and 8 to make us temporarily forget that she was visited by the father and she met the father. So sekarang ni ada holdover from that. Jadi in the next 4 episodes probably benda ni akan resolve balik. Dia akan timbul dan menjadi satu lagi inciting incident for their relationship to either progress atau breakdown. So aku tak tahu what would that be because we do not know apa yang dia janji dengan bapak Siwoo. And I really genuinely hope it is not dia bagi duit lah. And if she did bagi duit, I just hope there is something yang akan bagi bapak dia finally pay for his mistakes. Sebab I've seen a couple of K-dramas yang bila dia buat trope macam ni, bapak dia datang daripada silam, bapak dia nak buat hal, and then bapak dia ingat bapak dia can get away dan menyusahkan lagi seorang kawan Siwoo yang baru tu pula sebenarnya finally tolong tutup that particular buku and then bagi bapak dia kena penjara ke kena tangkap polis. So that has happened in some of the K-dramas I've watched. It's not that I'm hoping for that to happen, I just hope that if it does happen and when it happens in a different way. Otherwise benda ni macam okay, this is just another story yang bapak kau datang lah. So aku tak tahu lagi apa dia janji dengan Siwoo dengan Ha-kyung, so aku tak nak komen banyak sangat. But at this point aku tak rasa the father coming back is going to derail their relationship seriously. So the only thing that she can hold against him is the fact that kau tak cakap kat aku bapak kau buat apa kat kau. So and benda tu tak nampak yang dia ada sifat bapak dia.
Dia macam share sikit at that breakfast. That was my father.
Yeah, tapi tak, dia share lebih kurang je, but she still did not know that the father has spoken to Ha-kyung. So he is filtering that and Ha-kyung is nice enough to not pick on what he is filtering because dia dah jumpa bapak dia. So that's what I mean lah. So katakanlah dia tak jumpa bapak dia and the script remains, tak ada effect to the relationship, faham tak? So I do not know how significant the father coming back is going to be. Kalau macam contohnya bapak dia datang balik, bapak dia ambil kereta yang dia beli untuk dia punya ex-girlfriend Yoo-jin tu, that makes a lot of sense. Kalau bapak dia datang balik and bapak dia macam minta something from his pay ataupun minta dia tukar position dia balik atau tukar nama penama KWSP dia apa ke, that makes a whole lot more sense. But as it is, bapak dia just nak minta duit. So kalau dia nak minta duit je, I don't know man, it's not strong enough to be a plot point that could become an inciting incident in the future episodes.
Aku rasa
tapi
dia
kan,
macam gila babi tu. Baru jumpa je, lepas tu nak pau RM34,000.
Aku rasa that campur the flashback is enough for me and everyone to accept, okay, bapak kau ni celaka, dah habis. You know, we do not have to save any kind of sympathy for you.
Betul.
Memang kau celaka. So, yeah.
Shaz?
tapi kan bapak dia cakap macam like dia Siwoo kan bawa bagi duit. So you yang bawa duit for her ke? Macam like, I like what? Kau dah pernah jumpa?
Kita tak tahu the conclusion of that conversation tu.
Well, we do not know, and then we do not know the full context of the conversation. Dia and K-dramas like this, dia suka buat something tau. Dia shoot the full scene, tetapi in the previous episode dia bagi 30% of that scene as certain bits. So baru the ending the episode we had the cliffhanger with that. And then the beginning of the following episode, then baru dia bagi kita full context. And then we piece it together. So seminggu tu kita speculate lah. So at this point, benda tu dia hold over. So kita tak tahu the actual full context of that. Because kalau dia dah jumpa Ha-kyung, it's impossible for Siwoo yang sangat principle to not sound Ha-kyung, why did you not tell me that my father spoke to you? Why did you keep that a secret? This is my father, it's not your father. You have no right to keep. That conversation would definitely have happened.
Wow.
So we haven't seen that yet. So it means he did not really know if Siwoo, if Ha-kyung really met his dad.
Tapi bapak dia dah cakap kan? Bapak dia dah cakap casually tu kan?
Tak, that's the thing. Bapak dia cakap casually because masa dia selisih dengan bapak dia dekat hotel tu, he was talking to her in front of the entrance of the motel. It was not the fact that the father told him about bapak dia spoke to.
Tak, masa dia bagi 10 million won tu.
10 million tu, yes.
Ni awet kau bagi tahu ya.
Tak, tapi point dia adalah at that point, Siwoo was thinking that the father thought the girl that he saw Siwoo with in front of the motel was the girlfriend, which is not wrong. It was not the fact that I went to speak to your boss at your office because you were not there.
Tunggu nak unravel.
So that is what I mean. Siwoo did not realise that. Sebab Siwoo macam mana kau tahu? Oh, sebab kau nampak aku kat motel. Sebab kat motel tu kan aku selisih dengan kawan perempuan bapak dia tu. So that is where that is how Siwoo connected the dots, not realising that no, the father met your boss at the damn office punya pagat. That is what I mean.
Sampai datang office lagi, ya.
Sampai datang office. Tapi kita tak nampak full context of the scene lagi, the full scene. So aku macam, that's why I'm holding back on that lah.
Diorang makan dekat bar tu cute lah. Betul.
Serious cute.
Betul. Second Melly tengok macam nangis. Macam no.
Mama tu loser, lepas tu stalker, lepas tu lame. Aku macam, fuck weh. Lepas tu kau bawa BMW. Kau bagi BMW tu orang lain bawa boleh tak?
Bincangkan dia later. Kita akan bincangkan dalam siap.
Aku marah gila sial.
By the way, Aiman Amin bertanya, soalan, adakah watak ayah Siwoo tu habis macam tu je? Apa jangkaan development watak ayahnya tu membantu perjalanan cerita ini?
Aku dah komen half tadi. Aku rasa tambahan aku adalah the father will become a nuisance and will demand Siwoo to choose something lah. And then that choice, Siwoo feels that mungkin dia seorang je yang kena buat pilihan tu sebab ini bapak dia bukan bapak orang lain. But without him realising, Ha-kyung akan datang tolong dia buat decision tu. I have a feeling that kalau kita nak dapat kita punya happy ending, that would be it lah. But at the moment, aku tak nampak the importance of the father in Siwoo dengan Ha-kyung punya relationship development. Not yet. So, I need to see the full conversation he had with her. Bila dia kata, oh, you need to know something about my son. My son is pop dekat tu scene lain. So aku nak tahu that conversation. Itu conversation tu kita tak tengok.
Sebenarnya seorang loser. Jadi sebab tu aku kena bayar saya 10 million won. Something like that.
Aku kalau bapak dia cakap macam tu, kalau aku Siwoo, kalau aku Ha-kyung, bapak Siwoo cakap gagal itu, anak saya loser sebab tu awak kena bayar saya 10 million won. Okeylah, anak awak loser sangat. Nah, 35 billion won belah. Okay, jangan datang balik. Sebab I know for a fact that your son is not a loser. Yang kau sebenarnya datang loser kat sini. So I made an extra 20 million. Fuck off. I would do that.
Wow. Dia dapat double payout though.
Double payout kau belah.
Alright. Soalan seterusnya adalah untuk Tamizi. Soalan tentang trust issues. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Ha-kyung inviting Siwoo to live together by the end of episode 6? Tapi Siwoo turn it down pasal pada pendapat dia moving in dengan Yoo-jin led to their eventual breakup. Manakala pada Ha-kyung pula, she wants it as soon as possible pasal dia nak mengetahui Siwoo. She doesn't want to repeat the mistakes dia dengan Ki-jun dulu, or dia ada abandonment issue dengan ayah dia yang bunuh diri dulu. So, wow, macam setiap orang membawa baggage dia orang dalam episod ni. So, apakah pendapat kau, Tamizi? Silakan.
Bukan yang bila dia bercakap dengan senior forecaster tu, dia kata pasal pride. Ya, pasal pride ya. Pride, dia tak nak macam dia bergantung sangat pada orang perempuan. But okay, speaking about trust, dalam relationship ni, trust is macam macam the base, the foundation of every relationship lah. Sebab kalau kita bayangkan relationship sebagai sebuah rumah, sebab tu kita panggil dia rumah tangga. Bila kau tengok rumah yang cantik, apa yang kau nampak dulu? Pintu, tingkap, bumbung, cat, the landscape, apa-apa semua kan. So trust ni adalah the piling yang kat bawah tanah tu yang hold the house together. Yang you tak nampak, yang hanya orang yang duduk dalam rumah tu saja feel it. So sebab tu bila aku biasa tengok HGTV yang biasa modify rumah tu, kalau rumah tu masalah foundation memang cost dia tinggi, susah apa-apa semualah. So both of these characters have issues dengan abandonment issues, unfaithful spouses punya issues. So benda tu jadi baggage lah. But somehow macam nampaknya Siwoo is handling it slightly better than Ha-kyung ni lah. But we see that Ha-kyung actually moving towards macam nak bagi Siwoo ni a chance. So that's why they offer nak tinggal sekali. So when we found out that Siwoo teragak-agak untuk take that leap because of satu, the pride tu, dia tak nak macam tu, and the second one is macam dia pun macam tak boleh terima the logic of Ha-kyung kata kalau duduk bersama kita boleh mempercepatkan diri untuk kenal bersama apa-apa semua. So dia counter balik point, saya dulu dengan Yoo-jin duduk bersama juga, but end up kita tapi walaupun pada masa yang sama dia tengah struggle nak cari tempat duduk. So if I were dalam Siwoo, aku terima je. Kalau aku desperate, you are macam interested in me, I fancy you, macam say why not, macam at least macam the pride tu macam I don't know, in real life macam tak ada. We would just take opportunity yang present us. Kalau macam kita rasa orang tu okay apa-apa semua, we would jump on it. So ni macam untuk create that drama apa-apa semua, okay, tak nak because I have my pride and I don't think macam that's a good idea apa-apa semua. So bagi aku tu berbelah bagilah, sebab macam selama ni effort dia untuk mengurat Ha-kyung ni nak flirt dekat office walaupun tak nak cover, sekali kau dapat jackpot, orang tu offer duduk sekali, tiba-tiba macam saya tak ni apa-apa semua. So I find that macam conflicting lah kalau nak buat macam tu, the way it is heading. And then last dia orang pindah sekali juga, but on the pretext of macam jadi roommates.
Ya tu yang kelakar.
And then takkan macam like okay, kalau at least kalau kau nak jadi roommates bersama the senior forecaster tu, at least kau scouting lah dengan senior forecaster tu, cakap macam ada relationship apa-apa semua, baru make sense. Okay, ni kalau tidak kau tambah lagi satu masalah, kau nak cover dekat office, kau nak cover dekat rumah. Unless macam kau tak pernah akan horny ataupun tak pernah rasa macam nak bersama dengan dia, so macam kau dah macam cut your chances. Kau nak bersama time mana antara in between?
Dekat taman kat luar tu bro, dekat taman kat luar.
Tapi kat
To
taman
make things worse, kau
Betul
dapat
lah.
tahu bahawa deputy kau pun duduk dalam bangunan yang sama.
Lawas
Neighbor satu tingkat atas je. Aduh, gila. Hanya dalam K-drama man. Hanya dalam K-drama. But I feel slowly lah, nampaknya macam senior forecaster pun akan balik ke rumah dia. So it looks like clear skies for this lead couple. So soalan ketiga untuk segmen ni adalah untuk Shaz.
Aku nak tambah boleh tak?
Silakan Jamal.
Personally, aku suka the writing choice to make Siwoo decline the offer. Because tropes aside, the reason for him declining is very mature. Dan outside of this particular drama, for me, only 2 dramas have adult characters making similar adult choices. One is Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. even though the circumstances were completely different, the setting is completely different. And one more is Run On, which is a series about a former Korean track national sprinter yang tak suka bapak dia. So he is yearning to break away from his family, but he is only staying with the family out of respect for his mother. So in that series, he has been disrespected by his father so many times. So the series ended with the mother leaving the father and him acquiring independence. Dan dalam cerita tu, a similar situation where dia dengan dia punya partner decided that they wanted to see each other, but made really very, very adult decisions about living together, staying at each other's, overnighting at each other's places for very adult reasons lah. So this is quite refreshing to watch because typically kau akan dapat gaduh, lepas tu okay lah, merajuk, okay lah, aku sayang kat kau, aku tidur, aku duduk dengan kau. So this one, dia tak ada benda tu. And while kita kena suspend our belief just for a little bit because dia senior forecaster dia offer tinggal di rumah sementara waktu tu, if you can suspend your belief on that, I think it's quite interesting. Masa dia decline tu, aku macam, yeah man, that is exactly the response for you to give to someone who thinks that living together will help you get to know another person. Especially when you come off a relationship where you know the other person living with you is living off you, and then lepas tu cheats on you. So yeah.
Jom, aku nak counter Jamal punya point. Aku tak pernah view Siwoo punya response tu as mature because he, nak kata macam ni, if he really was still dibelenggu by the past, that means dia dengan Yoo-jin, dia belum betul-betul come to terms with himself, dah terus he dive into another relationship. Is this considered the rebound phase? I tak tahu because aku tak pernah rebound, pernah sekali je. Only one girlfriend ever, so I never had a rebound moment. So to me, I feel like mungkin 50-50 Jamal is right in the sense that it is a mature decision, but I don't think that Siwoo has matured enough to the point where he realized, okay, now I am ready for another.
Aku rasa they are both still haunted by their previous relationship.
Yeah.
Ha-kyung dengan Ki-jun, Siwoo dengan Yoo-jin. So they both approach this new one with scars from the last one.
For me, the reason why I say it was mature is because he has an excuse to accept the offer. He definitely has a reason to jump at the offer, but the reason, but at the same time he feels the pride of macam segan lah aku nak take advantage of awet baru aku offering rumah dia. But the reason that he uses to decline the offer is instead, no, I take exception of the fact that you kata kalau I duduk sekali dengan you, we will be able to build our relationship and understanding better. No, I don't believe that. We just have to work hard at it. That's why I say he's mature. Because the three other reasons before that is enough for him to say, tak apalah, aku duduk je lah, aku accept je lah offer dia. Tapi he then nitpicks this one thing. Oh, is this the reason why you want me to move in? Not because you cannot live without me, not because we can go to work together ala romantiknya, but you feel that if we move in together, we will build a better understanding so that you will avoid being in another relationship yang macam your past relationship. No, I disagree with that. That's why I say he's mature. Because he is using that as a reason to decline. And then kemudian baru kita tahu yang, baru reveal lah yang dia sebenarnya pun at the same time dia tengah nak control ego dia lah. Sebab macam, bukan ego, dia punya pride. Segan lah, aku dah susah macam ni, I know who I am, I'm not rich and all that. So, you liking me is already bonus. I cannot like jump on that fact and then on top of it, okay aku tidur duduk sekali dengan kau. So, he has a bit of pride in that sense. So, yeah. That's my point lah. I mean, but Shaz is correct in the sense that you're young. You are at least 6 to 7 years younger than me. Would you know enough? Did you have enough time to learn from your breakup with Yoo-jin? Definitely not lah. Because the way that you are, the things that you are using as an excuse to argue with Ha-kyung pun adalah benda-benda yang, oh kenapa kau tak beritahu? Oh kau nak tahu apa, siapa call aku Kau nak tahu kenapa Yoo-jin call aku So yeah, I mean in that sense Shaz is right. I agree with Shaz. But I feel that there is enough for him to just, awet aku offer duduk sekali, but he says, of all the reasons to decline, lah, kau nak aku masuk rumah sebab kau rasa kalau kita duduk sekali baru kau boleh faham aku. Come on, then kita pergi dating buat apa? So, I like that.
Yang bestnya dia tunggu nak naik lift tu. Dia tunggu sampai sampai Amit tu keluar. Dia tunggu lift tu. Tak apa. Betul Amit tu keluar. Jom kita pergi makan. Macam cute gila tu.
Aku jujur cakap masa scene dia tunggu lift tu aku ingat dia tunggu semua orang keluar daripada office, lepas tu baru dia nak masuk training center punya bilik tu. That was what I was thinking.
Aku ingat macam tu juga. Ingat macam nak cover kata itu nak ajak ni. Tapi between those two macam it's not macam they've been on a bad relationship, tapi bukan dia orang baggage dia orang based on the person they've been with. Cuma lebih kepada the experience of the breakup. The breakup of a very long relationship, tiba-tiba break up apa semua. But between those two macam I don't see what I observe, macam I don't see Siwoo Siwoo ni lebih terganggu dengan baggage pasal ayah dia more than macam break up dengan Yoo-jin.
Betul.
Macam dia tak, macam dengan Yoo-jin dia jumpa pun macam tak ada tu sangat, macam nampak like he's focus on macam untuk tackle Ha-kyung ni.
Ya, dia macam
Mizi,
bapak dia really fuck him up lah. Dia dah hilang life savings lah apalah sampai dia tak
ada another thing
untuk rumah. Ya.
Dengan Yoo-jin dia ada closure. Dia tangkap bukit, lepas tu dia spoil wedding tu. Okay? Lepas tu Ha-kyung pula dengan Lemo dia ada closure. Dia menang argument dekat dalam office. Tapi Siwoo dengan bapak dia tak ada closure. Dia lari. Dia lari. Dalam semua benda relationship dia, dalam semua benda dalam hidup dia, semua dia hadap depan-depan, and to a certain degree dengan bapa pun dia hadap depan-depan. Nah, duit aku jangan kacau aku lagi. But the father keeps coming back and he hasn't been able to stop the father from coming back. So dia tak ada that resolution lagi.
But I was disappointed bila dia decline the offer untuk stay sekali, sebab bila kita tengok the gazette for the next punya episode tu, ingat macam it's now about macam dia orang living together and cabaran lagi untuk macam tak nak nampak balik sekali apa-apa semua, sedangkan ada co-worker tingkat atas.
Aku rasa benda tu is a nice way to subvert the expectations, especially with the reason that he gave. Kalau reason dia bagi tu reason cringe atau lame, then I agree with you totally. You miss a good plot point to like, okay, now their relationship is in this kind of secret relationship. But because Siwoo give that excuse to decline the offer, aku macam, okay, cool.
Sebab aku ingat macam nak tengok something like macam bila dia living together, dia akan jumpa, aku suka benda ni tapi kau tak suka buat benda tu, nak adjusting period tu, and then cabaran untuk office pula macam mana nak go on.
I think we're going to see that in the next block of 4 episode. Sama-sama.
Yeah, probably lah. Probably.
Alright, jadi soalan terakhir untuk segmen ini adalah untuk Shaz. Stormy weather, apakah pendapat anda tentang salah faham di antara Ki-jun dan Siwoo sampai mereka bergaduh di press conference? Aku tahu lah tak ada aircon, kau tengah panas ni, tapi takkanlah sampai kau tak profesional kau gaduh tu. Adakah ini menyebabkan Ha-kyung dan juga Siwoo go public with their relationship soon? Apa pendapat kau, silakan Shaz?
Dia
I had a long chat with Shaz on this, man.
Kita tengok dari luar, memang kita ingat ni noob. Ni confirm ni orang yang tak reti relationship semua ni. But if you look at it, memang betul pun 10 tahun punya relationship just macam tu je, burn. So the question is, sebelum we move to the actual point, kita nak tahu dia dengan Yoo-jin tu kat mana jumpa. This is a big part of the puzzle. But that one I think kita tak boleh nak discuss today lah. It's too much, zero info. Kita tak ada info. Sedar-sedar aja dah tengah excellent time. And then after that terus jadi cerita kan. But kalau nak kita tengok dia kalau nak katakan, this is where the immaturity of both you and Mamat Lim ni kan is beginning to show. Dua-dua sebenarnya tak puas hati with each other, tapi dia tak tahu nak resolve. Because, siapa nama dia? Ki-jun Okay lah, aku try lah ingat nama dia. Ki-jun ni, dia from the moment dia jumpa gambar Siwoo dengan Yoo-jin, dia macam like, kenapa tak boleh tahu? So, that moment onwards kan, segala benda jadi masalah. Bila dia nak buat makan pun tak betul, dia nak prepare everything pun tak betul. Then tiba-tiba pula dia minta tolonglah dapatkan dia punya wedding certificate. Pun kau tak nak sign. I was quite surprised by this because dekat Malaysia you kena register dulu kan, baru you are considered.
Yes, aku
married.
pun macam confused. Why? Kau ada wedding tapi kau tak register. So maksudnya wedding tu apa maknanya? Dia tak macam legally punya binding ke apa ke?
Itulah, that one it could be a Korean thing, kita tak tahu. But dia sebiji kena pula balak lama ni duk ngutuk aku pasal bini aku, kata aku tak kerti jaga bini. Mengamuk lah member. You really cannot blame him tau. Because sikit. Dia bukannya cakap, oh tak ada apa sebenarnya kerja. Tak ada. Dia cakap, kau tak tahu jaga. Like blah 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 blah. Hai. Kat public space ni kau kutuk aku direct tu kan. Lepas tu, jangan kau masuk dengan bini aku. Lepas tu kata tak ada apa-apa. Lepas tu kau kutuk aku. Wow. This is not salah faham bro. This is dah, kalau adalah kita wrestling kan, 6 years in the making. Finally WWE heavyweight title. Benda ni dah lama dah. Dia cuik sini, tak puas hati sini, tak puas hati sana. Every single point of misunderstanding, there is no macam like, uish, tadi kau dengan Ki-jun pergi mana? You there's no moment of like buat gelap macam ni, like tadi kau dengan kau dengan Jamal tadi kau dah pergi secret SP beli apa? Tak ada. Sudah. Kenapa kau pergi ke sana? So like,
memang tak ada sebab aku takkan pergi secret SP bro.
wow.
Macam sial. Tapi betul lah, dia macam benda tu daripada episod 5, episod 6, tiba-tiba dalam episod 8 gaduh. Macam tiba-tiba.
Yes.
Aku
like dia tak ada resolve the points tau. Each and every one. Dia macam like, tak ada macam like, aku terjumpa gambar lama ni. You know, that kind of thing. Oh ni balak lama ke? Okay. Kalau next time, let me know lah, you know, ahead of time. Sebab, you know, nanti dia menyusahkan kita in the future. You know, that kind of thing. Ni macam like, kau tak cakap dengan aku. Ni boyfriend lama kau.
Like,
dia tak nak resolve problem by problem. Lepas tu disimpan. Pendam.
Pasal dia sejak soalan yang ni bukan mamat daripada wedding tu ke? Lepas tu rupanya
exactly. That is where my point is.
Oh my god, ni adalah Sibu. Betul. Oh my god, kau pernah duduk. So dia macam dia kumpul 7 episod, lepas tu dia macam episod 8 is like
I agree with half of what Shaz say. Cuma where I'm disagreeing is not on what Shaz is trying to say, is rather by the writing that I see lah. Pasal go back to what yang the scene yang ni petik tadi. Bukan masa episod 3 Ki-jun ada petik ke? Ni mamak ni macam familiar. Didn't he look like the guy, the bouquet fella? And then the wife tipu dekat situ. Bukan lah. And then the wife punya cover line, dia bukan cover line yang macam really? Tak rasa pun. And then she walks off. It was the cover line. Tak adalah, tipu lah. Mana ada, awak ni salah fikir, awak ni salah tengok. Tak ada apa-apa lah, awak ni fikir berapa bukan. The kind of smothering. Yeah, the smothering, gaslighting kind of way. So now that it becomes an issue because when he discovers the photo, he then realizes that the moment his wife was trying to smother him was the wife lying through her teeth to him. So he is somebody who cannot come face to face with his own faults, with his own weaknesses. So he runs from his problems, and one of the things is that he cheated lah. So he cannot face him cheating. So what he did was, the way he broke up the engagement with Ha-kyung was dia curi-curi tak beritahu kat fiancé, tahu-tahu tak jadi kahwin. So he runs away from these major problems, but not because dia sendiri lemah tau, but because he made a mistake himself and he refuses to acknowledge those mistakes he's done. The other party, kita tolak tepi dulu. So bila scene macam ni jadi, for me I like it because it's very consistent, because nampak yang dia punya self-centered tu, to the point that dia akan avoid semua benda yang menuding jadi balik kepada diri dia. The only time yang kita nampak dia redeemable is bila dia mabuk, dia minta maaf kat Ha-kyung. Sorry lah, I did you like this, I did not realize how much it would hurt you. Yeah, only until when you realize your wife lied to you. But you demanded that truth from your wife, but you never give the same honesty to your ex-fiancé. So, faham tak? Benda tu tak equal. So for me, bila dia nak marah tu, where Siwu was coming from is the fact that bini kau datang cari aku lepas korang kahwin, lepas tak bagi aku closure, dekat office, kacau aku dekat office aku yang tak ada kena mengena dengan kerja dia, nak marah aku kenapa aku kerja kat sini, sebab aku kena transfer, aku relax je. Lepas tu bini kau stress dan depressed sebab dia gaduh dengan kau, datang tanya aku pasal korang punya relationship. Dude, I let her go. My moment was the bouquet moment. Now you are trying to blame me for your wife coming back to me when you stole her from me after cheating with my current girlfriend. So kalau Siwu bengang dekat mamat tu nak tanya dia in that press conference room, what the fuck are you doing coming together with my wife? Dude, you look after your wife. I would say the same thing. I would feel the same way even if I don't say the same thing.
Mamat BMW tu pergi angkat ex dia.
Pergi angkat ex dia without telling the wife balik nampak, dia tak angkat phone. So that particular moment for me is quite nice writing when I reflected on it, sebab dua-dua couple ni boleh gaduh tau. Tapi dua-dua couple tak gaduh. But diorang bertembung in different ways. Bila Siwu bengang kat Ha-kyung tak jawab phone, Ha-kyung pujuk balik, lepas tu Ha-kyung explain. Okay, aku kena marah. Aku kena marah dengan boyfriend aku. Ki-jun dengan Yoo-jin, diorang nak gaduh tapi tak boleh nak gaduh sebab tengah awkward gila babi. Sebab ada benda lain yang diorang tengah gaduhkan. So they cannot even gaduh about the fact that kenapa kau tak angkat phone call aku? Aku cari engkau tapi aku nampak kau jalan, aku nampak kau tengok phone tapi kau tak nak jawab juga. Lepas tu kau tekan end call. So dia tak berani nak marah husband dia macam tu sebab dia tahu ada benda lain yang lagi teruk daripada benda tu. Sebab dia punya own guilt. So I like that the way they juxtapose benda tu, sebab kau nampak as both couples, dia very different dynamics. This is a very one couple nampaklah dia orang cuba nak try to handle things in a very mature way. The other couple ni memang sekarang kantoi lah, memang korang dua deserve each other pada muka. You guys have to figure this out. You guys have to stop blaming each other and everybody else except yourself. So for me that bit tu, bila husband dia tiba-tiba nak marah Siwu, Ki-jun kata, buat apa kau masuk dengan wife aku? Bro, kalau aku dah pernah ex dengan wife kau, kita kerja kat office sama, kalau dia jalan follow belakang aku, come on. Like, dia dah kahwin dengan kau Engkau datang rumah ex-fiancé kau tengah malam mabuk-mabuk, boleh pula. Itu kau tak bising. Wife engkau yang memang kena masuk press conference sama, masuk belakang aku yang aku kena bagi report dekat director aku yang tengah cakap ke depan tu, kau nak petik. Kau nak petik sekarang, kau nak bisik ke aku. So for me, bila Siwu macam sound balik, kau jaga bini kau tu, okay lah. Siwu could have been even more cooler, but you know what? He is not obligated to anymore. Because the husband never needed to say that. He should have gone to the wife and said, why did you come behind him?
Betul.
But the reason why he didn't is because he kept blaming Siwu for messing up his life when he cheated with his fiancée in the first place. Itu aku forever tak faham. I need a few more episodes. How I gonna blame Siwu? Siwu was mad at you for stealing his girlfriend, which is your wife. It's got nothing to do with your ex-fiancée. Sekarang kau nak blame semua benda dekat dia. What the fuck?
Mamat tu memang wanker daripada
agak suka wanker. But he's very real though. Aku benci dan suka dia. Aku benci dia tapi aku suka dia sebab dia very real. I know somebody like that.
Aku suka ada one scene tu. Was it the end of the episode ke kat mana ke? When they were showing all four main characters, Siwu dengan Ha-kyung kat tengah. Yoo-jin dengan Mamat Lim ni. Tengok, Hafiz dah lupa nama dia. Mamat Lim ni, they were drifting apart. So dia macam like, that was very nicely done. I was like, so you can see that there was problems, but one group is trying to make it work. Another group is like, those problems are driving them apart.
Yeah.
So secara tak langsung I rasa kan, we are missing one big piece of the puzzle. Why is this Mamat Lim ni the way he is?
Yeah.
Because dia kalau tak silap lah, a person kalau masa kecil selalu dimarah, di rotan and so on, dia akan start blame benda lain, dia akan start banyak menipu. And becomes natural for him and dia punya self confidence is not as strong. Kalau contoh I mean I tak ada children so I can't really vouch for this, but if you rotan dengan sebab, okay, adik curi, okay, tak boleh adik faham then when you rotan dia akan ingat dia memang bersalah and the pain is for him to remember. Tapi kalau benda yang dia dah bagus dah. Dah score 95 out of 100 dah. Kenapa tak 100? Kau tertinggal barang kat sekolah. Aku tak nak dengar. Tupperware aku kau tinggal kat sekolah. Faham? So if dia kalau asyik semua benda pun dia salah, then dia akan start menipu lah. Oh, ada orang curi Tupperware. Oh, cikgu marking tak betul. You know, we do not know. Dia akan macam like, oh ni bukan salah saya, ni bukan salah saya. Ni salah awak.
Dia
You know,
macam
dia akan
pain
nanti-
avoidance. Pain
Ya,
avoidance.
aku setuju sangat point Syaz tu, especially sebab aku nak tambah before Syaz cakap tadi, aku nak tambah kata kau nampak Ki-jun punya karakter overcompensating a lot. He drives a BMW, he dresses very well, he looks dapper every time. Padahal kau masuk office tu kau tengok orang lain tak dapper macam dia langsung. Dia seorang je dapper macam tu. Kau tengoklah orang lain macam mana. Even his director in his office. So he instead of you seeing that as a expression of his self-confidence, following Shaz punya point, that could be him compensating for the lack of confidence he has. So when he realizes that he fucked it up with Ha-kyung, he cannot accept that. Because he now sees, aku terlepas this really big catch, this really great part of my life. She helped me end my work. She's now a director herself. I've lost it, tapi dia tak nak terima yang dia sendiri, sebab dia, you know, dia tak suka pasang wallpaper seorang-seorang. Patut dia kena pasang wallpaper seorang-seorang kan.
Pendam 10 tahun bro. Pendam 10 tahun.
So dia pergi curang.
If I can add to that, what possibly apa yang teori yang berlaku dengan Ki-jun ni, aku rasa dia macam ada denial syndrome. So Sigmund Freud kata denial syndrome ni dia ada 7 signs. First is reluctant to talk about problems. So dia macam nak share problem dengan wife pun problem kan. So still macam nak cover. Nombor 2, pointing out the behaviours to others to prove there is no problem. So dia asyik nak salahkan nak salahkan Ha-kyung. Rationalize behaviour. So dia nak macam nak kata dia buat macam ni tu ada sebab dan dia betul, tapi sebenarnya he's on the wrong path apa semua.
Yes. Ini dia banyak sial buat.
Nombor 5, blaming others for the problem. Yeah. 6, perform manipulative action. So dia macam the manipulative action is used to trick your feelings into reality that is happening. In fact, it is okay to feel sad or doesn't matter if you are angry. Macam dia sepatutnya kalau macam bab yang dia kena tulis artikel tu, dia tak pandai buat apa-apa semua, sebenarnya it's okay. Tapi it's like macam dia sanggup macam merayu, minta tolong Ha-kyung semua nak solvekan masalah tu. So dia sepatutnya dia belajar cara actually macam mana nak tulis artikel better. But end up macam bila Ha-kyung tulis sekali, dia still depend on Ha-kyung juga nak buat dia punya tu. And then the 7 final is they feel nothing except instead of accepting feelings as a natural response to experience, a denial person with ignore and give up. Denying the pain by ignoring that is even worse. So macam dia tidak macam dia elakkan diri daripada muhasabah diri, nak be a better person, be a better husband tapi dia end up macam dia cari faktor-faktor luar lain semua nak put aku ni betul yang tak jadi, the result is not what is expected because orang ni. So itulah sebab benda ni dia jadi apparent bila macam dia break up dengan Ha-kyung tu, and then macam gaduh semua, dia realise macam banyaknya dia bergantung pada Ha-kyung, dia punya self confidence tu hancur lah, terutamanya bila macam pasal nak tulis artikel tu.
Aku rasa yang part dia yang last one, yang kau kata reality tu, bila kau petik point reality tu, aku teringat scene yang dia datang jemput Ha-kyung dekat BMW masa Ha-kyung accident tu. Because dia nak pretend yang he is still part of her life.
Yes.
And he is trying to get mad at her. Kenapa kau tak tanya aku? Tetapi bila dia tanya, bila engkau tukar nama daripada insurance ni ke insurance member kau, kenapa engkau tak cakap dekat aku? Aku macam, yalah aku tukar je lah sebab aku ingat kita macam nak, faham tak? Dia tak boleh nak jawab benda tu. But he still wants to be in the same car with her. So it's just
This one is something of an anime trope but I think memang ada some of the people yang kita kenal mungkin ada this problem. When you come from a family yang elite tau, yang hebat-hebat belaka ni kan, you might also be under extreme pressure, which leads back to the point yang I mentioned tadi, where the parents could be elite tapi high pressure, lepas tu sikit-sikit marah melenting. So he has to dress that way sebab that is the expectation set by his family. Dia kena pakai lawa macam ni, tak ada nak pakai macam pakai t-shirt macam ni, relax pergi. No, sorry bro. Saya dari kecil kena pakai suit. Not like you people. So when you have that mindset, and then you are told that you can do everything, you can do it, you can achieve everything. Tapi at the same time kau kena marah selalu kan. So you akan jadi someone who believe that I need to date somebody, this girl dah 10 tahun. Patutnya dah kahwin, kenapa tak kahwin? What's going on? This is not what my life story was written to be, that kind of thing. So it comes as a culture shock coming from, kalau betul lah dia ni elite punya group, tiba-tiba you are working in an environment where tak sama dengan what was my story kan, which we know for a fact from one simple scene, dia ni sebenarnya orang yang baik tau, tapi sebab mungkin upbringing dia dia jadi teruk. Why I say dia ni initially budak baik, sebab bila orang mabuk, they will talk their most honest feelings.
Betul.
That is the moment masa dia dengan Ha-kyung tu kan, macam like,
I'm sorry, I was an asshole. Yeah.
Saya menyesal. Apa saya buat semua salah. Jamal tak dengar Jamal?
I think dia, I accept that. Cuma just sebelum kau habiskan jawapan kau tu, kau tambah part ni, kau consider part ni juga. One thing I notice bila dia minta maaf dekat Ha-kyung tu, dia kata, aku tak sangka yang inilah keperitan yang kau rasa bila aku cheat dekat engkau. So you take that into account when you're finishing your answer lah, because that was the only thing that's sticking out for me. I like the fact that dia rasa bersalah dan dia minta maaf masa dia mabuk, dan that is his truer self. But his truer self shown that, oh my god, kau boleh tak terfikir yang bila kau buat ke orang macam ni, orang akan rasa macam ni, and it needed you to get itulah that's just, it's quite pitiful for me to see that. Sebab macam I can accept that you're a nice guy, but macam dude, you don't need to be drunk to realize that what you did hurt somebody this way.
Dia tak self-aware bro. Dia tak self-aware.
Dia tak self-aware.
Kenapa setiap aku layan drama K-drama ni kan, si mabuk ni macam mesti ada je.
Mesti ya.
It's a trope in K-dramas.
Dengan fried chicken bro, fried chicken.
Dengan fried chicken plus beer. Aku personally pernah lepak best kali nampak pakcik 40-50 years old mabuk dekat this drink punya lounge, Korean drink lounge dekat atas Bestari tu. Lepas tu dia punya mabuk, dia kacau semua orang sampai dia kena tendang keluar daripada kedai tu dengan kedai tu punya bahasa. So dia duduk sorang-sorang dekat curb, dekat luar 7-Eleven sebelah Bestari tu. Lepas tu tak ada orang kacau dia. And then that's when I realise, ni mesti aktiviti mingguan. So semua orang macam dah, alah dia ni lagi boring kan kau. Okay lah, duduk lah guys.
Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen pertama kita, dan kita akan ke plot menarik kita yang kedua. Alright, jadi plot menarik kita yang kedua adalah tentang the second lead, iaitu Ki-jun dan Yoo-jin. Kalau kau tengok dekat overlay ni, Ki-jun dan Yoo-jin, ya, bukan Lemo, bukan Lemo, Ki-jun. Okay guys, so alright, itu segmen ni kita ada 3 soalan juga. Soalan pertama untuk Jamal, tentang writer's block. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Ki-jun dengan kryptonite-nya yang itu dia tak boleh menulis, tapi selama 10 tahun dia berharapkan atas Ha-kyung untuk menulis. Aku rasa that's a little bit over the top lah. Takkanlah kau tak ada idea nak tulis tema essay ni. Kau dah buat 10 tahun kot. So silakan Jamal.
I'm totally with you. For me, how I'm treating this particular, this particular situation is he does not want to face the fact that the best parts of him or the best moments of him in his past 10 years came with Ha-kyung. Because the moment he acknowledges that, then he has to admit to himself that he did her wrong by cheating on her. And not just cheating on her, not feeling guilty about it, breaking up in the worst possible way. Lepas tu ended up marrying the girl that he cheated with, and then pretending that he did not do anything wrong, and then in a small way dismissing her at work, and then trying to tell her, oh, are you taking your personal issues and then using that as a reason to treat me like this at work. So for me, it is a very real situation, especially for somebody yang se-lame dan tak self-aware dan I do not know lah, pitiful as Ki-jun ni. Bila dia sedar yang dia dah let go that part of him yang boleh menulis tu, because he has come to depend on Ha-kyung for that. So kalau dia nak kena acknowledge benda tu yang dia kena buat sendiri, means dia kena acknowledge yang Ha-kyung dah tak ada dalam hidup dia. So he just refuses to do that. So ni orang denial lah, orang denial yang kita dah nampak dah benda ni dalam 5 episod. The last 5 episode kita nampak dia punya denial tu memang agak off the charts lah. Marah Siwoo, blame Ha-kyung. Like in episode 4, it was quite charming bila dia kata, are you still not over me yet? I was laughing my ass off lah bila itu memang serious lawak lah. Sebab macam okay lah, maybe this is where you start redeeming your character. Sebenarnya kau budak baik and you just fell for Yoo-jin and you just fell out of love with Ha-kyung and that was it, but you do not know how to break it up with Ha-kyung. I can give you that. Cheating is wrong, but I can give you that if you admit it. But in the last 2 episodes to 3 episodes, I know that is not the fact again. So there goes the chance lah. So aku rasa it's fine. Aku rasa dia just tak nak terima benda tu. So katakanlah Ha-kyung tolong dia, then he feels that okay, there is still hope. Okay, it is still like the old days. It's just that I have a different wife now and Ha-kyung is not mad at me anymore, because if she's mad at me, why did she help me out? You know, dia faham tak? Dia punya rationalize macam tu. Sebab dia punya denial sangat. This is how I see that lah. Aku rasa benda ni memang salah sebenarnya, but well, you know.
Okay, so soalan bonus ya. Kalau dia nak tulis satu artikel bertema pun susah, then kenapa dia take on the next one, the newspaper piece tu? Dia macam boleh lah, wife aku punya newspaper minta, aku boleh ada ego ke apa?
Aku rasa sebab ni, sebab dia tengah gaduh dengan wife dia and then he realizes it becomes a sticky point. So you know, one of those things yang bila orang nak compensate, alamak aku buat salah kat engkau, so bila aku macam ada peluang aku kena buat something untuk engkau, aku agree je, so that if I succeed in doing that something, aku berjaya impress engkau and you would forgive me for fucking up the other thing. You know that thing? And then thinking that macam okay lah, aku ada Ha-kyung boleh cover line. Sekali Ha-kyung kata tak boleh, I cannot do this shit. So pada muka lah. Tapi
lah, dia cakap last time. Lepas tu dia beli kopi
kan, aku dengar benda tu pun aku macam nak belah lah kau. Serius. Like
kopi je dia bagi.
Kalau aku dengan ni akan duduk kat situ macam, bro, kau dah buat benda ni 10 tahun. Kau dah review benda ni 10 tahun. Kalau kau kerja kat KMA ni 5 tahun kau dah buat benda Allah ni. Takkan kau tak belajar langsung?
Dia tak ikut Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hours of mastery. Kalau kau buat something cukup 10,000 hours, patutnya kau dah master dah.
Aku rasa 10,000 hours tu Ha-kyung yang buat, bukan dia yang buat.
Correct. Aku nak cakap benda sama. At least 5,000 of that is Ha-kyung punya hours, bro. Yang Ha-kyung bagi equivalent 5,000 hours for him. Tapi untuk Ha-kyung benda tu macam, ini 400 je lah aku bagi kau. Tak sampai 1,000 hours pun. Because I'm that good. Tapi aku sayang kat kau. And then this dude realizes that macam, I miss my ex. I don't know.
Tapi itu lah, dia pernah try tau. Lepas tu
Tulis title.
dia punya boss dia cakap, kenapa kau punya artikel lemah ha? Macam tak ada quality ha baru-baru ni. Lepas tu after that, he's back. Artikel dia dah bermutu balik, dah ada quality.
Exciting.
Lepas sangat, that was the one yang dia tak tulis tau.
Yeah, this is the best part.
The quality
for
was
me,
so big.
Yeah, the jump in quality is so big. I think Shaz, I like the fact that Shaz brought that up, because it's not the fact that he got Ha-kyung to write that one and cover and save his ass. It's the fact that he reveled in the compliments coming from that. That for me is the biggest issue. Bila diorang puji dia, Ki-jun is back. Ya, macam, bro, kau tak ada awkward segar-segar langsung, bro. Kau tak
tanpa rasa bersalah.
Tanpa rasa bersalah. Ini adalah orang-orang yang member yang hanya akan kekal member. Dulu dia ni member aku, sekarang ni member je, aku kenal macam tu je. Sebab perangai macam ni, serius.
Alright, soalan kedua adalah untuk Tamizi tentang cold feet. Apakah pendapat anda tentang pilihan Yoo-jin untuk tidak register their marriage? Kerana she has doubts about Ki-jun's earning potential dan juga future plans. Is this the end of their marriage? Silakan Tamizi.
Macam kita cakap tadi, tak berapa sure sangat the process of perkahwinan di Korea ni, where you can have a wedding but not register the marriage, and macam bila kau tak register the marriage, you cannot the marriage is not legally binding, dan kau tak boleh lah nak mohon loan ke apa-apa semua. Okay, so that's one. But the macam for this punya subplot ni, yang kalau kata inciting incident yang ni adalah macam sebab nak pindah rumah tu. So sebab banyak cerita-cerita Korea ni aku tengok rumah dia, walaupun kalau rumah yang recommend to pay wifi, fishbowl wives. Okay, mana tadi? Bila aku tengok cerita Korea, macam cerita-cerita Korea yang dalam Netflix, of course yang kita cakap, the production value, the camera angle, semua nampak cantik kan. So I'm having a hard time nak bezakan rumah yang rumah yang mahal, orang kaya duduk, dengan rumah orang miskin semua pun nampak cantik. Aku hanya boleh beza kalau tengok filem Parasite tu. Okay, this is macam slum punya area semua. Tapi dalam K-drama macam cantiknya apa-apa semua. So I do not get that macam why dia nak pindah. Whereas macam bila aku tengok tu tak adalah besar sangat, tak adalah kecil sangat, tak adalah nampak tak selesa sangat, macam rumah tu cantik. So dia tu okay, so dia punya tu adalah macam dia nak stay situ. Tapi situ macam sewa mahal apa-apa semua. So Ki-jun nak mohon loan, nak pindah rumah lain. So but nak pindah rumah lain, nak dapat loan interest yang bagus, nak kena macam register perkahwinan, ambil loan tu. Okay. So kita daripada dulu kita dah nampak dah dia have marriage issues apa semua, yang bila dia actually sit down bawa bincang, dia pun cakap, saya kahwin dengan awak dulu, saya ingat awak ni macam somebody yang macam have a plan, have a future. Tapi rupa-rupanya awak tak tahu apa yang awak buat. Man, if kalau macam kau kena,
itu macam pelempang reality tu. Pelempang reality,
So it's a wake up call to him, macam sudah, rupanya macam I'm not in control. So Ki-jun sedar macam I'm not in control, aku so lagilah benda tu akan meruntuhkan dia punya self confidence. Dah lah self confidence nak buat tulis artikel pun tak boleh. Self confidence macam nak berdepan dengan Ha-kyung pun dah habis. So sekarang Ki-jun pun dia tak boleh control. So dia seorang yang aku tengok mamat yang kehilangan control, losing control of every aspect dia punya life. Tak ada pun macam aku tengok aspek life dia yang macam dia steady lagi apa semua. So semua crumbling.
Dia tak ada redeeming factor lah.
Shaz lah.
Okay, silakan Shaz.
This point yang dia orang reveal to us, dia orang baru nak register. Actually dia menunjukkan dua personality traits si Ki-jun ni tau. First is like dia ni mamat berkira. First thing first, ini kena duit macam ni. Tapi aku bawa mesti BMW bro. BMW macam like so kau berkira kat mana sebenarnya ni? Itu satu. Dia berkira tapi dia nak keep up pretenses. Dia nak beritahu aku kaya, aku ada Mercedes, aku kena pakai suit, tie, everything. And then kedua, dia take things for granted. Yes. Ha-kyung will always help me write stuff. Aku dah kahwin dengan dia dah. Paperwork nantilah paperwork kemudian kira. Nanti kita boleh settlekan when the time is right. Kena pula bini kata tak tahulah, nanti dululah, I like this place lah. So it shows that he takes a lot of things for granted. And he wants to live in that kind of world. It's like, okay, bini aku role dia adalah sebagai bini aku, tak boleh benda lain. Yang support aku is for support aku. Kat kerja, aku akan kahwin, dapat duit, aku dapat nama. So it's like, tiba-tiba ada mamat entah mana dari hillbilly town Korea ni datang like, lepas tu dating dengan aku punya ex pula. What is this? Lepas tu tiba-tiba because of this mamat, now my ex pula tak nak tolong I buat kerja dah. What's going on? Itu yang comes back to the main problem asal tadi tu. It takes a lot of things for granted. Last, semua tak ikut plan, semua tak ikut jalan cerita dalam kepala dia. Dia menangis seorang, mabuk.
Aku tak boleh brain tu ada orang handsome macam ni. Adakah ini perasaan seorang handsome? Hidup kau senang dalam life.
Okay,
You get shit happening in your life. Aku tak boleh brain, guys. Pasal aku tak handsome.
Nick,
Silakan.
number one, Nick, he is not handsome, he's very good looking. I will give him that.
Okay.
Dia tak handsome sebab dia good looking sebab dia nampak prepared. Senang cerita, he is well groomed. Sebab tu kau rasa dia handsome. But features wise, kalau orang letak siapa nama ni Siwoo kat sebelah and people feel that they can be attracted to either him or Siwoo, if you want to go by that, then I will say Siwoo is more lagi handsome sebab Siwoo tak payah groom. You look at him and you know he has charisma, his face shines kan. Mamat ni kau kena groom, kena pakai handsome, lepas tu boleh nampak handsome. So he is very good looking, don't get me wrong. But I don't think dia ni macam drop dead gorgeous, good handsome lah, tak ada.
Dia kalau pasal handsome, pasal beauty ni apa-apa semua, so the way orang nak describe is macam muka tu symmetry or ada the golden ratio yang apa, mata besar ni apa-apa semua tu. Biasanya how we perceive orang handsome ke tak, okay, fair skin people selalu will be perceived as good looking. It's easy macam fair skin people yang kulit putih, kalau dia pakai kemas sikit apa semua, orang perempuan macam nak throw themselves at them. But orang yang dark skin macam aku, I have to have features yang macam features yang macam apa semua okay, apa semua tak ada sengit, apa semua kan. Walaupun dark, baru orang nampak okay, dia dark handsome, ada something sikit. But if I'm tak well groom apa-apa semua, memang aku akan nampak macam serabut apa-apa semua. So untuk dia ni, dia just macam yalah, seperti cakap dia well groom, well dressed apa-apa semua. So kita nampak dia is a good looking, but to say macam handsome yang mampu macam kalau aku ni homosexual gay aku nak tertarik dengan dia, memang tak lah. Vincenzo yes.
Oh, Vincenzo, okay.
Tiba masuk Vincenzo pula. Ya betul, Vincenzo.
I think kita boleh just put lah, Siwoo is K-pop material, Ki-jun is not. Itu je.
Siwoo is K-pop material, Ki-jun is immaterial. Sure. Okay. Yang aku nak komen pasal Yoo-jin tak register marriage tu, one thing I would like to add to Mizi punya jawapan is, aku rasa as much as we like to heap on Ki-jun for for not reacting to that well and being a bumbling dude yang got his priorities wrong and all that, itu semua betul, no comments. I just feel that the way and the timing of Ki-jun giving him that is very unfair to him at the same point. Sebab satu, engkau kaki curang dengan dia. But why I brought that as the first point is because engkau sorok the fact that you were seeing somebody else. So that engkau ada saham, oh, he is the one that cheated with his fiancée, not me. So you cannot tell me that we both cheated, so we are in the same boat. So the fact that she hid that from him, and then in episode 5 baru kita tahu, oh, it makes a difference if your ex, if your boyfriend knows whether or not you live with your ex. That is bullshit. Okay? Because your ex-boyfriend is somebody who never minded that. And your current boyfriend, your current husband is somebody who minds that. That small sample size alone is enough to prove that you can think like this or you can think like this. Ada orang kisah, ada orang tak kisah. Okay? So benda tu dia je yang rasa malu. Number two, aku rasa dia dah biasa sangat jadi princess. Orang doting over her, orang jaga dia. Oh, kau tak payah buat benda ni, kau tak payah buat benda ni. Orang impress dia, orang ambil hati dia, orang jemput dia. Orang masak untuk dia, orang kemas dapur untuk dia dan sebagainya. So the moment she realizes that is just an aspect of a relationship. That is an aspect of the romantic side of the relationship. But with regards to, building the relationship and the understanding and all that, working at it together, that is a completely different aspect where you have to have difficult conversations. You have to, talk about cold hard truths. You have to marah masing-masing. You have to do things that you don't like and accept things that you don't like about your partners. Itu dia tak boleh buat. So, bila dia sedar dia dalam satu marriage yang dah tak se-perfect dia punya very steamy and thrilling affair, dan dia rasa macam, alamak, I signed up for the wrong shit. She throws her husband under the bus by saying, you are not the man that I thought you were when we were dating. When coming right after, this guy is asking her, can you sign this document? This is for the house punya lease atau mortgage. Can you go sign this document? This is for us to register our marriage. Like the husband is actually going along with the whole relationship, married punya plan, declare everything, register everything, except for the fact that he got bumped by the ex-fiancé and he lost the house. But everything else, the husband okay lah, on the go lah kan. So they throw husband under the bus. Oh, you're not as great as I thought you were, which is bullshit lah. So at this point, aku memang kena sympathize dengan Ki-jun, because he did not deserve her throwing him under the bus like that. Kalau dia kata, kau perangai macam ni, aku tak suka, aku tak ada hal lah. Tapi bila kau kata, kau tak ada planning lah, kau tak ada ni lah, macam, babe, he literally asked you to sign a document so that the house macam ni, and then you go find another house lah 3 years from now. Your answer is that, you thought she would get the house that he had with his ex-fiancé before. Padahal tak tahu yang sebenarnya dia punya husband kantoi dekat situ sebab husband dia pun tak jaga benda tu, take for granted macam Syaz cakap. And then dia punya ex-fiancé kantoikan dia kat office. And then you want to throw that on top of your husband semua. So aku rasa benda ni kurang ajar sangat. Serius kurang ajar. Yang dah lah dia, betul-betul dia capak, dia lepas macam tu dia. So if the husband as a result of that decides to look for other answers, pergi balik ke Ha-kyung ke trying to blame Siwoo, I will not blame the husband. Because the very person that benda ni dia tak ada trigger. The wife just simply threw that at him because balik rumah kena sound dengan husband, kenapa lah kau lepas makan kau tak kemas dapur. Lepas tu dia teringat masa dia nak pergi buang sampah, Siwoo pernah buang sampah untuk aku macam ni. So I feel that
Tapi it shows the dynamics of the previous
it shows the dynamics
and the
as a couple lah.
So are you saying Ki-jun tak bersalah?
No, I'm saying that with this respect of Yoo-jin punya PL tiba-tiba cold feet ni, the way she treated it and laid it on to Ki-jun to make Ki-jun feel even more guilty right after Ki-jun is trying to process everything else, on top of Ki-jun discovering that she lied to him about living together with Siwoo before, that is wrong.
Pada aku
Because
it's just desserts. Kau villain.
Yeah, it's just desserts lah, betul lah.
I slow clap for you. Kau villain.
Yeah, slow clap, exactly. Memang kena slow clap. Sebab tu aku cakap, dalam my favourite moment in the first 8 episodes is the ending of episode 8. Where when the wife betul-betul kata, you know what, I will take the advice of my ex-boyfriend. I will try to talk to my husband, admit something that I did not want to admit for the longest time. Husband dia punya reaction apa? Kau tahu tak kenapa kau tak patut petik nama mama ni? Sebab ex-boyfriend kau tengah dating dengan ex-fiancé aku. Like, kepala bab, wife engkau tengah nak sembang dengan kau, nak slow talk dengan kau as a wife. This is the only thing that you can think of. Kalau wife kau lepas tu nak belah, kau tak boleh salahkan dia dah. When she is trying to talk and try to sort the relationship out, you pergi kantoikan yang kau pergi stop ex-fiancé kau and her ex-boyfriend who happened to be dating while she was there waiting for you to come home for 2 hours.
Masak lagi bro, masak sup ayam.
Siap masak untuk kau lagi. Yang kau complain dia tak masak.
Dengan winter
ayam
berry,
kampung tu bro.
Winter berry ayam kampung. Come on.
So aku macam she is not blameless, but I'm only seeing her trying to do something about it. Tapi yang dia petty tak nak register marriage, cold feet semua tu, lepas tu dia throw Ki-jun under the bus tu, itu memang okay, itu memang kau kena red card lah. Pada aku tu red card lah. Sorry bro, itu red card.
Betul.
Is,
alright, sebelum kita ke soalan terakhir untuk segmen ni, kita ada soalan daripada Nick Erika di rumah yang bertanya, hero untuk siri ni, forecasting love and weather, adakah dia sweet macam hero hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, Chief Hong?
Aku bagi kau jawab soalan ni. Aku tak nak jawab. Aku bagi kau jawab.
Dia orang sama naif lah. Aku rasa dia orang sama naif dan sama, tapi Muhammad Lee Siwoo dalam siri ni lebih K-pop. Kalau you suka that pretty boy look yang memang tak ada facial hair, memang you akan suka lah. Pada I memang dia terlalu muda lah. Tapi pendapat panelis lain?
Aku rasa
Erika
dia
tu muka macam tu ke?
Oh tak. Ini wife kepada member kita
wife
lah,
Azmi.
Azmi.
Okay. Pada aku Lee Siwoo adalah kalau kau nak hero yang macam Allah sedih ke, you pergi Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. Tapi kalau kau nak hero yang macam akan talk back to you, akan stand for something, muda atau tua, age aside, you go for Siwoo from Forecasting Love and Weather. Because Siwoo will argue with you if he doesn't agree with you. Especially if it's about clouds. He will fight you. So itu cool. Aku suka benda tu. Passionate dengan kerja.
Passionate. Yes, that is his one strength. Alright,
Aku
jadi,
punya official K-drama satu je ni. This is the flaw one. Tapi aku selalu my dad is always watching Hometown Cha-Cha ni. Karakter dia give the same vibe. Aku tengok je like this is K-drama punya hero, SPG je.
No, Shaz.
Orang yang tak suka
kalau kau baru tinggal
experience,
dua tu, this is
Tak,
not K-drama
me-
hero punya trope. But for you, if
Tak,
you think it is trope, then kau punya standards dah tinggi dah tau. Sebab
tak,
typical K-drama
bukan.
punya hero tak macam ni tau. Serius bro.
tak, dia bukan trope. Dia macam ni. It is the clean cut character, you know, and the handsomeness dah sampai.
Okay.
You know, is that tak macam like, okay, this is a K-drama punya main lead hero. You tengok pun you dah tahu tau macam like.
Ya.
kau kena tengok Vincenzo bro. Kau kena
Ya,
tengok.
itu corn salad. Corn salad. Lawak sial.
Is it macam Squid Game punya ke apa?
Tak.
macam
Ni
Actual K-drama lah.
Dia macam great
tomorrow I will sit down
Ah,
with you. I will tell you about
komedi
Vincenzo, okay?
komedi law thriller.
Komedi,
Hmm,
law
lebih
thriller, mafia,
Lebih
yakuza, real
Ya.
estate.
Tak apalah. Anime banyak. Anime banyak. Tak tengok
Lawak
lagi.
tu, serius lawak.
Soundtrack the best. Setiap kali
Soundtrack
dia
the best, ya.
dia setiap kali
And dia
dia
punya
kalahkan villain
ensemble
tu
cast.
teng. Lepas tu buat
Okay,
sebab
aku nak komen.
Itu, wait.
AM 12.90. Try Through the Darkness baru hero lain. Aku setuju. Aku tengah marah dengan siri ni sebab 4 minggu aku tak boleh tengok. So thank you, last week aku dapat 2 episod. Yes,
Oh.
Through the Darkness is nice.
It's quite recent juga kan, because my dad was watching it
No,
today.
it's currently on. Sekarang baru 8 episod.
Nice.
Ni, aku rasa Chief Hong Panjam, dia sweet. Dia very sweet, very considerate, very thoughtful. Siwoo is very charming. So bila kau tengok Siwoo banter dengan Ha-kyung, yang dia kata, so kau suka tak suka? Oh, so kau fikir pasal aku lah. Itu macam sialnya Muhammad ni.
okey lah.
Sweet
Saya suka
talker
awak.
sial.
Okey lah, awak suka saya.
Ya.
Okey, ya.
Dia macam celaka dia tu.
Betul.
Lepas tu
Okay,
dia
jadi-
berjaya membuat Pak Min Young senyum macam tu. Damn you man. PSG pun tak buat Pak Min Young senyum macam tu, kau tahu tak? Otai songkang ni.
Betul. Alright, jadi soalan terakhir untuk segmen ni adalah untuk Shaz ya. Shoulder to cry on. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Ki-jun yang semakin tidak keruan throughout these 4 episodes sehingga dia confide dengan head of analysis dan juga even ex dia, director Jin. Adakah Ki-jun just a handsome lemo? Silakan.
Yang dia confide tu, is it the one yang dia duduk sekali makan meja tu kan?
Ya, yang
Just the one-
dia bagi kopi.
Kawan
Dia cakap,
saya, yes,
kawan saya dah
saya
kahwin.
ada masalah. Dia baru kahwin. Tapi kan, dia fokus tu macam like, okay, awak beritahu kawan awak. It's like,
Nampak sangat.
aku terima je lah kau punya ni kan. Aku tahu kau awkward. I guess it shows us, dia macam ni tau. It goes back with my theory that ada kemungkinan dia ni background dia the whole life dia dah teratur, tapi selalu dia kena live up to expectation. So nak bila dah jadi adult, you do what you want. You're free to do what you need to do. So dia tak ada direction tau. Kalau masa as someone who leads a structured life, kalau hidup yang jenis elite ni, you akan ada piano class, you akan ada belajar martial art, ataupun kalau for girls mungkin you akan belajar ballet ke. You ada, your whole life is structured and you know what you need to do. It's just that mungkin in this case Ki-jun kena marah lah because you're not doing it properly and so on. But when you go into the real world ni, mana ada direction on how to bercinta? Tak ada. You can try to forecast whatever you want lah. Tapi kalau dah nak hujan tu hujan lah juga. Kan? Because you cannot foresee all the problems that's going to show up. Benda yang you sangka baik pun tiba-tiba jadi benda tak baik. I mean, we can see throughout the entire throughout the entire series. macam Yoo-jin baru nak try, okay lah, maybe I was wrong, I nak discuss balik, dia tak pasal-pasal Ki-jun mengamuk. And then bila Ki-jun pula dia nak kata, oh okay, let's go to the marriage-nya signing and everything, because the time is right, you know. Dah tak pasal-pasal Yoo-jin pula macam aku takut lah. So bila Ki-jun ni dah dia dah confused, dia nak tanya siapa lagi. Dia tak kenal ramai orang. Banyak, as a guy, most guys kalau yang dah ada pride tinggi macam ni, dia tak akan tanya guys lain. Dia tak akan tanya Siwu, that's for sure. Nak tanya pakcik-pakcik tua, director ni, malu segan dia. Takkan aku tanya director besar ni kan. Takkan dia tanya dia punya boss superior semua tu. So lala dia cari makcik tua. The character yang paling fulfill the role of makcik tua is Puan Oh ni lah. So aku rasa dia dah kena push to a corner. Dia tak tahu lagi to the point dia tak sedar lagi that dia ni dah confused. But dia dah tahu something is wrong. So that's why dia duk cari ni. Part yang dia pergi balik ke Ha-kyung tu. That one is, itu lawak lah. Bila tengok dia duk mabuk-mabuk tu, lepas tu macam like, kenapa dia lalu dekat minimart ni kan, macam like, dia nak pergi mana ni? Rupanya minimart tu was next to the apartment. So we get to see, that was the part yang kita nampak him at his most vulnerable lah. When he is literally, there is no outer wall. Dari segi personality dia tak ada hiding behind a fake personality, everything. Keluar dia punya real personality masa mabuk. So aku rasa macam he's trying, but dia tak sedar diri dia dah buat banyak salah. So bila macam tu, you akan still try to get help, but still macam, oh sebenarnya kawan saya, oh sebenarnya I nak kena jumpa mak ex, oh sebenarnya nak discuss benda lain sebenarnya. So even it shows that tak nak kan, macam mana pun he needs help. Dia ni adalah orang yang mungkin yang terbiar secara tak langsung. So kita rasa marah dengan dia pun ada, rasa benci pun ada, tapi at the same time rasa kesian. So we are very confused sekarang ni. Nak marah ke tak? Kalau kita compare dengan villain-villain macam MCU, Thanos, ni Mamat ni nak kena ni. Nak kena, dah lama nak kena. Dia punya penolong-penolong, ni lagi nak kena ni. But this guy is a very complex character, so it's very interesting. It's very interesting, and I'm actually looking forward to see more of his past, so that we have finally kita akan macam like, yes, I was right, memang patut kita benci dia ni, ataupun oh selama ni kita telah ditipu 10-9 episod, sebenarnya dia ni orang yang telah didera masa kecil ke apa ke, orang yang tersakiti macam Wan suka cakap. Komedi Ki-jun ni sebenarnya tersakiti. Habis Superman tersakiti, Bizarro tersakiti, semua orang lah tersakiti. Betul tu. Dia, kalau you imagine kalau dia ni somebody yang tak suka put up walls, emotional walls kan, mesti dia akan discuss dengan Ha-kyung what is going on with our relationship. Instead dia jumpa jalan lain, which is this cute young girl. Like, okay lah, dia tak berani ke tu? Dia tak ada emotional wall, dia adalah emotional wallpaper. So wow. Betul, dia tak ada, kau tengok semua benda yang dia pasang, semua tu defense mechanism, semua escapism je, semua fasad je, wallpaper lah. Betul. Dia punya baju, dia punya dress lah, dia punya ni, semua tak nak, kau jangan tengok aku, jangan pandang aku, ni semua aku, kau kena tolak. He cannot take things if it comes back to him. So dia macam wallpaper tu, dia punya defenses sebenarnya senipis tisu lah juga. Senipis tisu lah sebenarnya. Hati tisu, betul, hati tisu. Baru marah, kau artikel tak bagus lah. Alamak. Tak, lepas tu bila dia punya colleague pun nak kena buat artikel, lepas tu baru dia macam, oh aku boleh tulis ni. Bos, boleh. Dah nak siap dah, tulis siap.
Yang celakanya
2 hari tak siap bang. 2 hari.
Celakanya kolik dia kata, saya dah siap dia. Kau dah siap tak kau punya? Oh dah siap lah pedas. Tu gila babi goreng sel. Tak kalah. Nak menunjukkan betapa aku rasa, I mean like, okay lah, we can pity how invalidated he might feel lah.
Sebab ini baru dia dengan kolik. Dia tak tahu lagi Siwu datang office pukul 3 pagi, depak kat library. Okay, lepas tu bangun pagi, pergi teleskop, usah. Lepas tu masuk office awal sebab nak tolong bos yang dia dah jatuh hati tu, nak bagi point so she can prepare. Engkau punya, aku yakin aku boleh. Lala pergi call X juga. Apa benda bro? Come on. Takkan aku tak ada member kerja Corpcom. Takkan aku tak ada member kerja buat content writing. Hancur sah. Serius. Nak kesian pun tak boleh. Kesian tengok muka lah. Macam
alright guys.
Dah lah dia gaduh dekat dalam press conference room pun dia tak menang. Kau faham tak?
Betul.
He was not winning. Macam, baik kau loser baik. Serius baik.
Kita ada
bawa lah
berapa episod
BMW
ni?
tu, aku tak kisah.
Kita ada 16 ke 24?
16.
16. So kita
Oh,
ada
lagi 16 more to go eh?
8 episod.
Lagi 8.
Lagi 8 episod.
So kita dah 50% dah.
Jun.
Dah 50%, kita dah masuk mid season.
That means we will not see, kita takkan ada breakup antara dua main lead tu and then dia orang couple balik. Aku rasa
You
tak
never
ada.
know.
You never know. We got one ONS in the second episode, man. So like it's all in the air right now.
Ya. Macam startup lah. Daripada couple dah best, tiba-tiba kau pergi kat lagi satu lelaki, aku tak boleh terima. Aku tak boleh terima.
Jangan weh. Aku rasa semua orang kecewa. Aku rasa semua orang happy dengan Hontan Cha-Cha sebab finally he got the
Si
girl.
Hong dapat redemption.
Yes, pada finally he got the girl. Aduh.
Itulah kan. Alright guys.
Tapi walaupun aku tak suka startup because Nam Dosan diberi writer armor, namun Nam Dosan dalam 25-21 series best. Tolonglah siapa yang tak tengok 25-21 tolong tengok. Kalau korang suka Reply 1998, Reply 1988, 1994, 1997, tolong tengok 25-21. It's building up to be a really really great series. Sangat best.
Aku hold dulu after second episode, lepas tu aku terlayan couple on the backtrack.
Okay, tak apa, layan je. Yang 25-21 ni kau patut binge because it's really good lah. It's aku tak tahu lah, especially kalau macam kau rindukan tahun 2000 onwards.
90s period piece tu kan. It's like macam
it is a period piece,
like
yes.
Korea ni begitu affected masa
IMF
punya krisis.
IMF, yeah. They took a bailout. They took a huge bailout, which is
unlike
why
Malaysia.
Unlike Malaysia. So Mahathir kan pegged the ringgit to 3.4. No, to 4. So they took the bailout, which is why bila Hanryu wave happened, K-pop happened, and then K-drama happened. That's why it's a huge story. Bila Samsung successful, that's why it's a huge national story.
Betul.
Because they had to take the IMF bailout. They bounced back from that.
IMF. Ya, betul.
Dan dia leading, dia lagi advance pada kita sekarang.
Yes.
Betul. Dan
itu masalah lain bro. Itu bedah sesi lain.
Itu bedah politikus. Okay guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke segmen terakhir kita. Alright, this is the paling banyak point. Actually kita ada 4 point dalam segmen ni. It's about the supporting cast, subplots yang tiba-tiba creeping into the storyline. Tiba-tiba kau ada 8 storyline going on at the same time. Sampai aku nak tulis skrip pun aku pening. So anyway, kita ada 4 soalan dalam segmen ini. Soalan pertama untuk Jamal ya. Trouble at home. Apakah pendapat anda tentang senior forecaster yang gaduh dengan bini sehingga keluar rumah? Kejap tidur dekat office lah, and then dalam kereta lah, finally dekat rumah director Jin lah. Lepas tu anak dia cakap, kalau mak nak divorce lah. So, adakah isterinya slowly coming around to receiving him back at their home? Apakah?
I think so. I think so, and I think it depends entirely on how he reacts and responds to her. Because she never expected the daughter to ask that question. No, bukan ask. She never expected the daughter to say that. Kalau mak nak divorce, I okay je. Dia macam terkejut. Because they've been so comfortable with the distance. And it was so easy processing the distance as kita marah je kat papa. Papa balik kita marah. Papa call kita marah. Tapi kita tak perlu tanya bercerai, kita tak perlu tanya papa bagi duit belanja bulanan ke tak. And then bila daughter dia cakap, okay lah kalau kita dah lama macam ni, kalau nak cerai, cerai je lah. Then dia tergambar mah because alamak. So, and the fact that her first reaction after that was to call him and ask him where he was. For me, it's going towards that direction, reconciliation. Cuma it depends entirely on how he treats it lah. For me, aku suka jalan, there's a point in this jalan yang aku suka is when Ha-kyung dia diri kat luar kereta Shiwu. Lepas tu Shiwu kata, alamak, awet aku tengah pandang aku tidur dalam kereta. Lepas tu kamera pan out, director kat dalam kereta dekat sebelah tu. Itu serius lawas je. Macam, okay, ni cool. Ni trope yang kau jarang, ni bukan trope, so kau jarang dapat kat K-drama. Ini lawas je. Sebab dia muka kering kan, muka tak ada reaction. So macam, kalau tidur dalam kereta lah, tidur dalam tandas lah. Macam kantoi. So,
apa yang wife dia dapat dalam present tu sampai dia call husband dia? Dia buka plastic bag tu, aku tak nampak sangat. Lepas tu tiba-tiba dia call husband dia. What was it?
Yang mana? Yang wife dia tu?
Wife dia kan dia pergi ajar tuition music dekat lepas tu parent tu kata dah bayar dah.
Oh no, it was just snacks, roti. Buns. It was just buns. So,
okay.
Kan kau ingat tak yang dia pernah komen, this is my reaction to it lah when I saw what she opened. Sampai kau punya mak student kau macam bagi kau roti as extra snacks. Kau lapar ke apa. So macam, faham tak? Kalau kau cikgu tuition pun kau macam, dia bukan kata, oh tadi kita orang ada buat party, ada leftover cakes, ambil lah sikit. Dia kata, oh tak adalah ni I bagi you hadiah apa sikit sebab you kerja keras. Lepas tu dia bagi ban. So dia rasa macam, sedih ni doa aku. So that was how I took it.
Tapi dia spesifik tau. Jamal, sorry potong lanjut.
Itu.
Anak didik tu yang beritahu the mum, saya punya cikgu macam tak boleh nak fokus. Dia macam ada problem. So, when someone else mention that, tu yang aku rasa macam like, oh maybe my husband means more than I initially thought.
It could be that. For me, the thing that anak student dia cakap dekat mak student dia tu is one thing. But for me, the trigger was when she looked at it because of all the things that she was wondering what she was going to get. Dia dapat ban je. And then the preamble before she looked into the bag was, oh my kid was telling me you look distracted. Do you have a problem at home? Do you have some family problem? So if the mother of the student suspected that the teacher has family problems and the best gift she could give was, okay lah aku bagi kau ban. You know, dia macam nampak sedih sangat lah for me. That's how I interpreted the scene lah.
Aku rasa
it can be anything. I don't really know. I just rasa sedih lah. I feel that she sorry, go on.
Aku rasa mungkin kebetulan that was a bun yang dia dengan husband dia pernah makan lama dulu.
It could be. I would like that.
So specifically macam like, kebetulan kau bagi ban ini in particular after kau tanya aku kau ada masalah kat rumah je, aku tengok ban ni ban gardenia sardin yang RM1 dulu. Wow.
It could be that would be nice touch.
Kan?
Dia lah husband dia tengah makan dekat 7E.
Itulah husband tengah makan kat 7E. It would have been nice
masa muda
kalau dia
kan.
buka ban tu, lepas tu husband dia pun tengah makan ban tu kat 7E. Wow.
Jalan. Ban cinta bro, ban cinta.
Ban cinta
Tak, for all we know sebab kita tak ada definite time bila diorang kahwin tau.
Yeah.
So how far back ago diorang dating? For all we know, diorang mungkin masa sekolah berjumpa. Kan? Masa first time dating, makan ban sardin.
It could be that.
Betul.
It could be that. I feel that this is fine. This needs to resolve, and I really hope to give weight to this particular subplot. Director Omni, how he resolved his family problems will then help Siwoo and Ha-kyung resolve their respective individual problems, be it with each other or with their own past. Itu aku nak. Itu my personal wish. And then it happens in a way that the director pun tak tahu. But he happened to give them that advice because Ha-kyung is the only person who knows his situation outside of the big uncle director.
Uncle director tu sampai marah kot. Dia macam, kau jangan tidur kat sini lagi boleh.
Kau jangan tidur kat sini, kau jangan celaka aku tahu perangai kau.
Kau tak ada wife ke? Kau tak balik rumah wife kau.
Kau tak balik rumah, lalu pergi motel. Problem.
Lepas tu dah habis minum kan? Kau pergi buang ni Datuk Zapah.
Tapi kan, kalau if the story of director O ni, assistant director, it resolves the way is kita harapkan kan, It then opens up the story for Siwoo to stay at Ha-kyung's place. Oh, itu tak ada rumah.
No,
Kan, it's like so pitiful tau writing dia.
No. I think it would be quite nice also because macam senior forecaster dah balik rumah. So you nak I duduk kat sini lagi ke macam mana? Like that would be an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
And then Ha-kyung would be offended macam, kenapa you nak kena tanya I soalan tu? And then Siwoo would be, tak, I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to take things for granted. Oh, so you nak duduk kat mana kalau you tak nak duduk kat sini? I hantar you sekarang. Pergilah kemas beg you. Macam stress.
Oh.
That would be. Tapi sebenarnya Ha-kyung sakat dia because selalunya Siwoo yang selalu sakat dia kan. So that would be a nice change. But yeah.
Ha-kyung kat public lagi tu.
But dia orang sweet lah, babi lah. And I think one of the reasons why aku rasa Ki-jun jealous it's Siwoo is because dia nampak yang she wasn't as hands-on or PDA as she was with him. So lagi dia sentak. I have a feeling
Yeah.
Kau couple dengan aku dah pegang tangan pun kau cakap segan. Tapi dengan mamak ni kau cuba bolot kat datang tempat sushi. Manalah tahu kan. Mana
Tolong tulis satu skill. Habis.
Lepas tu sekali Ha-kyung sentak. Kau tak reti tulis artikel 10 tahun. Grad tak guna. Degree tu pergi bakar je. Aku juga kena tulis. Baju kau tu artikel yang aku tulis. Kereta kau tu artikel yang aku tulis. Gila.
PDA ni experience aku banyak bila masa aku duduk kerja Singapore.
Wow.
Sebab tak ada orang kat Malaysia yang kenal kau kat Singapore. So kau boleh PDA tanpa kantoi kan.
Wow.
Tak. Orang sekeliling asyik PDA. PDA.
PDA. Kau rasa FOMO lah. Kau rasa left out.
Yalah,
Kau duduk sorang-sorang dekat situ nak cari makanan halal pun susah. Orang duduk PDA sekeliling.
Mizi, aku nak persoalkan statement kau. Nak cari makanan halal susah kat Singapore. Aku rasa what you should have said is nak cari makanan pun susah. Sebagai seorang Malaysian in Singapore. Okay, sekian terima kasih.
Makanan sedap.
Makanan sedap.
Kalau dapat ban sardin RM1 kat sana.
Makanan halal 90% either nasi Minang or mamak.
Betul.
Singapore ada mamak.
Lepas 3 hari tak tahan. Kalau kau pergi dekat kampung apa? Kampung Gelam. Kampung Gelam ada lah.
Macam ni lah. Kalau kita ada perang dunia, lepas tu I end up in Singapore, lepas tu aku kena makan kat Singapore, aku akan tengok makanan tu, lepas tu aku akan tengok selat tebrau tu.
Sweet.
Lepas tu aku tengok makanan tu, lepas tu aku lompat masuk selat tebrau tu. Ubi pun ubi lah.
Kesian ni jatuh viewer Singapore dia.
Kita dah hilang 100 view Singapore, okay?
Gila sampah weh. Kita dah hilang 100 view Singapore. Kau ajar gila.
Okay, anyway, soalan kedua adalah tentang busy short fuse. Apakah pendapat anda tentang head of analysis? Yang mempunyai suami that's thinking of going on sabbatical selama setahun untuk ambil professional exams balik, on top of 2 children to manage. Aku macam, kita tengah tengok drama ke apa ni siap, tiba-tiba watak dia dapat subplot. Adakah all these pressures akan menyebabkan dia short fuse sampai dia tengking collar dalam episod ke-8? Aku macam, why are we having this subplot? So silakan.
Aku tak, macam she is karakter yang macam something that macam orang respect. Even Ki-jun pun macam highly respect dia sampai sanggup macam nak ajak minum dan nak share masalah. So and sebab backstory dia macam kata dia pun macam rising star juga, tapi bila dia beranak apa-apa semua tu macam membantutkan sikit career, but dia macam okay in her role apa semua, dia very respected, very senior apa semua walaupun tak senior in position. And then macam kita tengok dia dengan husband dia, dengan anak-anak dia macam sweet gitu apa semua. And then I think it's like ada like 4 set of couples pada Ha-kyung dengan Siwoo, the Ki-jun dengan Yoo-jin, dan senior forecaster dengan wife dia, tu 3. So this 3 couple, and then siapa nama dia? Madam O punya ni
dengan husband dia yang tak performing, kena marah depan semua orang.
So macam it's like dia nak cuba tunjukkan kita this is macam how couple should behave. So bila ada seorang ada masalah, seorang tu support. So it's very macam it's very big jugalah, macam kalau your wife sanggup nak tanggung the family semata-mata husband untuk pergi
Professional exam. Ambil professional exam, ya.
Ambil professional exam untuk improvekan diri dia and probably macam gaji lagi tinggi, be able to support the family apa semua. So niat tu baguslah. Cuma aku takut dia nak jadikan ni plot point. Bila macam husband dia hampir apa-apa semua dia jadi breakdown. So aku nak macam dia jadikan benchmark on how this couple should tengok macam how dia handle the konflik, pressure, apa-apa semua and dia seiringan lah dengan karakter dia macam semua tu. Bagi aku macam masa dia ambil telefon tu, it's not about pressure or anything. It's like macam dia nak tolong colleague dia yang actually masa tu memang kena bully.
Dia Madam O ni dia macam akak kawasan.
Kalung.
Kalau
even
kau akan
Ki-jun
kau hebat
pun
macam mana
takut
pun,
nak marah dia.
Kau hebat macam mana pun, kau nak tanya soalan dia pun, kau segan. Kawan saya yang baru kahwin. Okay, kawan kau, alright, carry on. Dia memalukan pun, tapi kat dia juga kau kena ni. And the fact that orang macam Ki-jun can trust her with this fake story, knowing that Kak Long ni, kawan kau. Knowing that she can see through your whole story and she play along with it. Aku beritahu kawan kau buat macam ni. Means that she is someone who is stable. I agree dengan Mizi. I'm hoping that they become the benchmark of a stable family. Dia tak ada director gila-gila. Dia tak ada macam drama sini, drama sana. Tak. Kita menghadapi normal problems. Abang saya menghadapi krisis sementara ni. So hopefully refine dia punya path, kembali ke pangkal jalan in terms of career and then hopefully naik pangkat. Dia macam kita lah, most likely kita tak tahu Korea punya work punya culture macam mana, but if it's similar to how Malaysia treats degree, masters, PhD, BA, masters and BA semua ni, credentials matter a lot because kalau you boleh lepas the credential, you have a better chance of getting higher position. So I think dia, yelah, I'm hoping, really hoping dia become
kita imagine dia macam PTD kot.
Betul.
Yeah. So kalau macam you tak ambil specific test, you tak boleh nak jadi pengarah. That kind of thing.
So hopefully subplot ni tak banyak sangat lah in the next 8 episode. Hopefully. Alright, soalan ketiga adalah untuk Shaz tentang Cry Baby. Apakah pendapat anda tentang forecaster Kim Soo-jin that bitches about her workload dan tak sabar when receiving phone calls? Orang kerja government mah takkan tak biasa.
Aku belajar bukannya nak jawab telefon.
Even sebelum ni, kenapa kita kena tengok 10 year data? Kita kena tengok current data. Dia macam bitch gila sikit. Aku tahu lah dia paling muda, dia baru umur 20 something, but come on. So silakan.
Dia is a very interesting punya ni tau. You tengok it is a reflection of kita punya current society. A lot of younger generation, dia orang akan macam like, saya belajar degree ni, kerja saya ni. I tak ingat I discuss dengan siapa hari tu. Was it a BuzzPOP punya group ataupun somebody from work. Dia pernah cerita tau, dia kenal somebody CGPA 3.9 something in a very prestigious punya ni. I tak sure whether Malaysia or Singapore. Dia dapat kerja, orang suruh dia print barang, dia tak print bro. Dia tak photostat, dia tak print. Oh no, that's not my job scope. Macam like, kita kat sini sampai weekend tidur kat office buat tender. Sampai guys and girls pun tidur kat tender. Kan? So macam like, kau baru start kerja tak sampai setahun kau dah boleh cakap, sorry, printing photostat is not my work. Dahsyat. So it is kalau you compare balik dengan kita punya karakter muda ni dengan the older characters, apa benda pun dia buat. Especially Kak Long tu, result dah, aku dah analyse semua dah cantik dah. the 10 years. She was the one yang bagi kan? Kan? So you can see the thing is, benda ni is perspective and culture tau. Because kedua-dua sebenarnya tak salah, is more of kerelaan seseorang tu, adakah dia rela untuk buat atau tidak. The older generations, yang 80s, 90s, dia lebih pasrah, is that the right word? Dia lebih rela buat lebih benda. There you go. Dia reda, okay lah, ini kerja aku kena stay back, buat tender untuk 3-4 hari, tapi kita buatlah, it's our work. Whereas kalau orang yang in the modern ni, the term dia like to use, millennials dengan Gen Z ni kan, oh, kita kena ada work life balance bro. 5:30 balik. I mean, I'm not saying either one is wrong. It's the fact that, and this ties back to the original question tu, adakah the reality of your workplace fit dengan your expectation of what is considered work?
Preach, brother.
So,
preach.
Orang macam kita ni pergi kat Google, pecah kepala kau tau. Kita tak, there's no structure guys. Macam like, kenapa korang meeting kat merata-rata ni? What nonsense is this? Mana cubicle aku nak cubicle. It's like, I need a place, kena structured work. Okay, this is where I do my work. I can do. Then kalau ada benda kerja berat, ada kerja ekstra, okay lah, terpaksa lah kan, kita buat lah. But yang orang ni macam flexible, always changing. Kita kena mobile, with 1 week kita meeting kat sini, next week office dah pindah ke tempat lain. Macam like, where's everybody? Kau seorang kat office tu tau, dia orang dah pindah ke tempat lain. Because why? Ubah angin, new culture of thinking. Macam like, kita punya expectation of what is work and what the new generation expectation of what is acceptable work dah berubah. So in this girl's case, she is looking for a secure job. Dia dapat kerja, okay, aku dapat kerja kat sini, it's a stable job, and my job scope macam ni. Dah kena pula dah jawab soalan-soalan semua ni. For the older generation, ini benda biasa, once in a while kita kena tolong. But for her, coming from a different generation with more defined points of what is work. Ni saya tak patut buat kerja ni. So going to the government, generally you want to do just what your task is. Ini memang kat Malaysia pun sama. Kerja saya untuk proses kat front desk ni je. Encik punya problem ni sekarang diuruskan oleh department ni yang ni. And then you pula kena pergi ke sana. Because dia punya scope kat situ je. So when she's being asked to do benda macam ni, dia panas lah. Dia punya reaction and dia punya maturity dari segi keredaan dia, dari segi kena maki semua ni pun belum sampai. So Kak Long nampak marah lah. Itu je lah. So she's not really a crybaby as a core personality. Cuma kerja tu is slightly different. Bukan totally, it's slightly different than what she was expecting masa dia first masuk kerja. So it's not dia punya core personality. Tak. Dia macam terkejut lah. Macam tiba-tiba dapat kerja macam ni kan.
Kita dapat flashback yang director Jin pun pernah in the same situation dengan senior forecaster So I think that was cool to like tunjuk that you have to take kau nak naik, you have to take all the bullshit along the way.
So memang kalau even in government government, GLC, any company, if you have proven yourself that you can take more shit, there is a higher chance for you to be given more work, and hopefully lah akan become more valuable in terms of management namanya eyes lah. So dalam case ni director Jin has succeeded. Dia boleh take semua tu, and through her intelligence and through her willingness to do a lot of things, research sampai tengah pagi buta, that's why she's director now.
Actually, not just that. That is not just the reason why she is the director, and she was chosen as the director over senior forecaster She was also the person who helped the communications department write a lot of articles. So dia telah menunjukkan bakat yang besar untuk mengcover line dan buat banyak-banyak kerja. Sampai department lain punya kerja pun dia boleh buat. tu ex-boyfriend dia.
That one was mentioned aku tak ingat.
Tak ada. Aku saja walau-walau.
Tak ada. Dia saja walau-walau.
Kan?
Walau-walau.
Aku share pasal kerja ni kan, in the corporate kan.
Aduh.
Dia apa, some young people yang the millennials, Gen Alpha, apa-apa semua ni kan. So there is an expectation where bila dia masuk kerja, apa yang dia belajar, apa semua, masa interview semua cakap lah, I willing to learn new things, apa-apa semua. Bila masuk tu, I boleh buat kerja ni saja. Macam bila aku nak bagi some task yang macam menial, yang macam nampak remeh apa-apa semua, orang jadi reluctant nak buat apa-apa semua. Sampai macam, aku nak buat core job aku ni saja. Padahal dia pun yang menial task tu more often than not dia ada value kemudian hari nanti. Jadi macam certain like aku engineering consultant, so orang nak just engineering saja. Tapi bila nak suruh buat proposal memerlukan the engineering knowledge to estimate the the man hours of a certain task apa-apa semua. So nak macam orang yang biasa buat. So bila aku bagi that task kepada certain people, dia macam dia tak nak, dia tak confident, dia apa-apa semua. Lepas tu padahal if you can have that skill, career you jauh. Sebab macam kalau you harapkan technical skills mata-mata, you akan jadi macam, sebab banyak orang ada technical skill. But if you can macam go commercial with technical knowledge, yang tu sebenarnya lagi mahal, yang lagi macam the company to appreciate. Sebab orang yang technical ni, if one technical guy goes, kita boleh cari technical guy lain. Tapi nak cari orang yang commercially acumen, astute ni, itu susah nak develop. So ramai orang yang macam thought macam bila kau tak nak buat menial dia kerja-kerja remeh, tapi nak sekadar analyse data je, aku tak nak kacau apa semua, aku tak nak berhubung dengan orang, aku tak nak join meeting. Sebab bila kau join meeting and then kau bersuara dalam meeting tu, bos-bos tengok macam, okay, Mamat ni bagi good idea dalam meeting tu apa-apa semua. So that's what macam kita dalam alam pekerjaan, orang macam selesa dalam zone selesa tu. Dia tidak tengok value of task.
I pernah tanya juga some of the younger people lah kan. One of the, this is not the only reason lah, but one of the reasons that they are afraid to try or do kerja that is outside of the scope is partly one of the things yang kita sebenarnya sombrero is the right word lah. Aku ni word dalam komik bahasa Melayu translation aku tak tahu betul lah. Sembrono. Okay.
Sembrono.
Basically, kalau there is a fear, some of them have a fear of failing early in their punya culture, in their work punya ni, and because dia orang tak ada pengalaman buat itu. But kita orang ni rembat je, kena maki 5 kali pun barulah okay bos, I definitely faham, then it's fine. So adakah that is something that is holding the younger generation back, the fear to do mistakes? Because I notice bila I give task to staff kan, when it is given the room to make errors tau. Because the moment kita bagi in fact I pun at my age ni pun, kalau you bagi straight a big task macam sudah pening kepala, you never done it before, so you have to try. But when it's something something that is small, okay, macam contohnya buat minutes of meeting, so I said okay, you take minutes of meeting for internal meeting dulu. Kan macam management level punya meeting, kau janganlah suruh dia ambil, dia member terkejut lah kot, macam like nak refer ke apa, macam mana kan. So when they want to start from that small scope, then kita bagi okay, now you can compare to the ones that I pernah buat, macam ni is the final expectation. So dia tengok, okay, I can improve from here. So when they know that they have a room to buat error and the impact is not so big, dia orang are more likely to try.
Tapi itulah, kalau you buat mistake and error time masa muda, yang itulah the best punya time, because people won't be as hard on you daripada bila kau dah 30-40. Kalau kau buat error macam error budak-budak, people akan macam go down on you. Pasal minute of meeting tu satu Benda nampak simple, tapi kalau you buat, you boleh catat minute of meetings tu, you boleh macam, you kena faham what's the meeting all about, orang cakap pasal apa semua, so cara tulis. So I have an experience, orang baru kan, I suruh dia catat minute of meetings sebab I malas menulis. Tapi cara dia catat minute of meeting tu, dia cakap, oh orang ni cakap macam ni, orang ni cakap macam ni, orang ni cakap macam ni. It's not macam ambil isi penting, put it in a point form, and then what to do, who to do it, apa-apa semua macam tu. So end up macam the generasi muda ni macam bila tak comfortable dia tak learn. Padahal if you take that seriously, even though catat meeting, so you boleh nampak lah kekurangan you. Oh, you tak faham apa orang cakap ni, you tak faham apa orang cakap ni. So benda ni you kena faham for you to do your work. Ni orang-orang tua apa duduk condemn pasal orang muda.
Tengah condemn Gen Z ni. Tak,
Gen Z.
kesian.
Tak, kita
Habis
condemn
kau punya
Siru
viewer.
bro, Siru.
Habis viewer Gen Z kau.
Macam apalah uncle ni bising. Apa yang Alright guys,
Aku rasa dia kena tengok individu. It's a combination of various reasons. Management, the line manager, the individual, and then the work culture and the moment. Sometimes because while I know for a fact that semua benda yang korang petik ni betul dan pernah jadi dan masih berlaku, tak kisah generasi boomer dengan Gen X dengan Gen Y dengan Gen Z dengan whatever right now is. My own personal experiences were the exact opposite. Like exact opposite. Lagi dia tak ada qualifications, lagi cergas dan cerdas that particular staff is. So, and kalau dia ada qualification, mungkin dia sedikit up, mungkin dia rasa sedikit puas hati dengan diri sendiri, namun dia menunjukkan value qualification dia dalam other tasks. So, I don't want to say much because it makes me feel very grateful to be in that position. So aku tak nak cakap benda ni and then in any way invalidate apa yang korang lalui. But I will not disagree with you guys lah. Cuma I'm not gonna go as far as saying budak-budak zaman sekarang tak boleh buat kerja ke apa. I'm not gonna go that far because aku pernah I've seen how younger people work. I've led younger people and I've seen how resourceful and enterprising they can be. Tu ya.
Betul. Alright,
Cuma
guys,
asalkan attitude kau okay, aku tak kisah. Tapi kalau attitude kau tak okay, it doesn't fucking matter what your education is, how good your interview was. Sorry bro.
Yeah.
Uncle
Macam
tak uncle,
Ki-jun
kita orang pangkang kau straight up. Kalau attitude kau macam sampah, serious.
I think the main takeaway is jangan malu untuk buat salah because the only way to
Yeah.
learn is
Yeah.
to use repeatedly.
Actually jangan malu tu betul, cuma learn how to read the room lah. Itu je. I think that's my only advice. Jangan malu tapi also at the same time learn how to read the room. So bila kau nak tanpa segan tu, just tengok okay ni adalah momen tanpa segan sebab semua orang macam akan respon then go ahead. Tapi kalau macam ada orang tengah moody ni, tengah serius, janganlah tiba-tiba korang saya kan. Tu memang kau memang kena bangka. Tiba-tiba lunch korang tak ajak kau 2 hari. Jangan.
Itu hanya lepas kalau kau perempuan yang cute, yang macam orang nak marah.
Tak ada masa. Sorry, tak ada masa.
After
Lunch sejam
while,
setengah hari.
Itu tak ada makna. Itu tak ada makna. Kita kat tempat kerja ni sekarang.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Statement ni ke push.
Banyak experience. 13 tahun dulu di bank. Anyway, so
Banyak experience.
soalan terakhir adalah untuk semua panelis tentang side dishes. Apakah pendapat anda tentang assistant director Shin, jiran kepada director Jin yang tiba je ada subplot dengan kakak Ha-kyung tu, iaitu Jin Ha-kyung, gaduh pasal side dishes lah, pasal crocodile toast lah. Are they gonna end up together? Are they secretly the
Aku nak
fifth
jawab
couple
benda
of the
ni.
show?
Aku nak mention 2 benda. First,
Okay.
aku personally I lagi suka mak dengan kakak Jin Ha-kyung, and I was hoping for more of them, but I am not complaining whatever we are getting so far because as much as they are stylized, they are very real characters. I like them a lot. I like the fact that kakak dia macam tak terima dan tak support mak dia bulat-bulat, dan bila dia rasa mak dia melampau, dia sound je balik mak dia. So macam itu best sangat sebenarnya.
Sejak episod 1
Sejak episod 1. The second point that I really like about them, even though it's not directly about them, setelah beberapa hari assistant director Shin menyimpan makanan-makanan tu dan makanan-makanan tu telah dibawa ke tingkat bawah untuk diberi kepada director Ha-kyung. Apabila semua orang tengah mengamuk, lalas senior forecaster tak ada orang nak makan, kau makan seorang. Itu memang senior lawak tu. Aku macam tengok patut gelak gila. Macam sedap. Tak ada orang makan. Sedap. Ni pun sedap.
Lepas tu biar kat meja.
Lepas tu tinggalkan meja kan. Tapi situ memang baru pagi macam aku pun sentap. Aduh, come on. Dia kata, aku baru je nak kemas. Lepas tu macam tak apa. Lepas ni, lepas makan terus kemas ya. Walau. Itu memang
Nak sikit nak buang bau.
Betul.
Tapi
Kena bagi flag.
assistant director Shin tu macam hipster tu. Buat kopi lah, buat roti. Lepas tu, I tak tahan bahu. Dia macam, pada aku dia terlalu precious lah. Dia terlalu precious tu.
Tak, aku rasa mungkin dia adalah middle class yang mungkin daripada suburban ataupun kampung hijrah. Lepas tu macam, this is the middle class life that middle class people like me hope to achieve lah. So dia nak, I just want to go to work, contribute at work and then come back home to my little, my little nirvana, zen, whatever area space. Lepas tu tiba-tiba ada awek seorang ni nak minta tolong. Lepas tu aku macam, I'm too nice of a guy to decline. So aku kena accept. Tapi aku tak rela sebenarnya. Namun aku kena puji dia. Dalam kita nampak dia punya awkward nak melayan benda ni. Apabila dia turun bawah nak pergi check up on the cooling system punya tu, bila dia sedar yang macam diorang pun hardworking, dia bagi air tu, okay tu cool lah.
Jamal punya waving kan. The lifestyle, I will go back to my bubble, with my hobby. So macam like, saja ya Jamal, saja.
Sorry. Tak. Aku semalam main EDH dekat spell table ada lagi kat meja ni.
So akan lepas ni dia pakai robe dia buat kopi panas dia.
Lepas tu Shaz pakai robe buat kopi panas, lepas tu dia akan ambil dia punya gunpla parts macam this was a good day. Today was a good
lagu
day.
classical music dia.
Classical music.
This is life.
Lepas tu dia buka YouTube video. The best music to listen to when doing your gunpla.
Lagu Cobra Kai.
Menyimpang
Lagu Cobra Kai,
jauh.
bro. Lagu Cobra Kai.
Tapi aku rasa personally I don't think they will get married by the end of the season.
No
But they will end up as a couple.
They might end up as a couple lah.
Sebab
I think
satu ni bumbling idiot. And the other one is like prim and proper. So memang by anime punya logic memang cantik lah.
Yeah.
Memang cantik lah. This is like the best comedy couple you will ever find. Because one is so outgoing, bumbling idiot. Another one is like reserved, calm, kopi kena tekan cantik. Dia punya kopi padat, cantik, kau tahu, lawa tau, macam professional buat. Macam like, wow. Lepas tu dia tuang air, duduk, dia tunggu dengar lagu. Macam like,
ada corak-corak tu.
Ada corak-corak tu.
Ada corak lagi tu.
Lepas tu nak ambil butter, buka fridge, babi lah side dish ni, babi.
Bau busuk.
Okay, aku rasa semua benda yang Syaz petik tu betul, tapi komen aku yang paling penting yang korang tak komen. Dia pakai pajamas bro. Itu yang kita kena komen sebenarnya. Dia pakai pajamas bro.
Dengan rope. Okay. So
rope.
It's like well, kelakar. Tamizi, ada apa-apa nak tambah tentang assistant director Shin?
Kita still macam apa dia punya tu filler-ish. Aku rasa macam tak mustahil macam akan ada satu episod yang couple lain, plot lain ni macam akan halt, stop and then cerita dia saja. Cerita dia dengan adik atau kakak Ha-kyung.
Yeah, and aku tak perasan tu bila kakak Ha-kyung tu pakai makeup kan. Aku macam ni watak mana ni? Dia rupanya kakak dia, aku macam what?
Aku while aku rasa the writer try to fit in many things, I kind of like the fact how they portray the freelancer kakak. Because mak dia buka pintu nampak dia tengah lukis as an illustrator for children's book kan. So macam, and then in a few early episodes mak dia tanya, kau punya deadline bila? Kau tak sibuk ke hari ni? So very normal things that if you are freelancing, benda ni memang serious, common lah, you can tell lah. So I kind of like that. In many ways, they suspend our belief. They ask us to suspend our belief in scenes yang memang logical because it's a drama. Tapi as much as they can, dia bagi kita as many real things as possible lah. So I kind of appreciate that, which means that the moment when it comes for me to suspend my belief, for example macam tiba-tiba Ha-kyung offer Siwoo dengan forecaster nak tidur rumah dia tu, itu memang jarang lah nak berlaku. Aku terima je lah benda tu. Because the rest of the things sangat real, and for me, like I said lah earlier in the series bedah, the ending of episode 8 for me remains to me so far the most real of all. Bila Ki-jun tu cakap, dia couple dengan ex aku ex kau couple dengan ex aku lepas tu wife kau dah duduk kat situ. Macam aku tengah nak man, that is just
man.
If you needed a scene to know that okay, this marriage is going down, there you go.
Dah lah, the night before kau mabuk, then kau cakap I'm sorry Ha-kyung, kau punya ex.
And then I'm sorry Ha-kyung,
dia ada cakap kan.
Okay, thanks for bringing that up. I love the fact that kalau kau tengok Ki-jun, dia punya merajuk, dia suka ungkit balik dan dia pendam benda tu and he brings it up again tau. Yoo-jin, if anything, for her to get pissed off, husband dia balik lambat, mabuk, ex-boyfriend dia hantar, lepas tu ex-husband dia tengah terbaring kat sofa cakap I'm sorry ke Ha-kyung. Like, itu dah cukup excuse for her to flip. Pagi, Ki-jun bangun pagi tengok bini tak ada kat rumah. She did not use that as a point, tak kacau dia sepanjang hari, waited him patiently for him to come back at night to talk to him because she felt a little bit of guilt.
Yeah.
So, macam benda tu cool lah. I really like that bit. While I wouldn't mind Yoo-jin harp on that the following day, the fact that she didn't and she actually, was waiting for him to talk about, nak kasih buang dia punya own guilt. Lepas tu husband dia buat pangai, macam it's great lah. For me that is solid writing. Sangat real.
Tapi kan macam Jamal selalu cakap kan, dia orang akan bagi 30%, lepas tu the remainder tu dia akan bagi kemudian.
Itu yes, aku pun
so
thanks
dia
for reminding me.
Like, aku pernah tunggu kau lama-lama ni, rupanya kau duduk skodeng kau punya soup. Oh ini sebab itu
untuk kau goji berry lagi babi.
Betul, kau semalam mabuk-mabuk pasti kau cakap I'm sorry Ha-kyung. Apa benda tu?
But I'm your wife, siap.
It's coming.
Kau minum tak aku punya sup ayam semalam tu? Mampus kau.
Betul.
Dah jadi maknanya
knowing Ki-jun akan cakap, you should have told me that you were cooking sup ayam. Aku call pun kau tak angkat lah babi.
Kau kat kerja, aku belakang kau tak nampak aku call.
Aku call belakang kau.
Kau tekan no tak nak receive call.
And then ayat Ki-jun, tak apa, let me explain. Apa benda yang kau nak explain?
Sudah habis babi.
Sudah basi macam perasaan aku terhadap kau. Okay, itu dah masuk Samarinda dah, sorry bukan kita buat di benda Samarinda.
Tapi just before we go off the topic, aku rasa kan yang the director yang subplot side dishes ni kan, one day dia orang akan ada satu company party tau. Lepas tu ada macam-macam side dish. Sedap lah, siapa buat ni? Orang kakak I yang buat. Kita like, kakak kau yang buat, bukan lah tu dia sebesar lah. Kakak kau yang mana? Tu, yang baru siap buku baru tu. Buku baru?
Dia dah tahu kan?
Dia dah tahu.
Because of the interaction with this guy, dia dah improve dia punya cooking, dia dah improve dia punya buku. So macam like, macam like, wow. It's like, have I been missing out all this time ke?
Kan kakak dia pun divorcee. Apa kata instead of mak dia punyalah sibuk nak kahwinkan Ha-kyung, tiba-tiba kakak dia cakap mak dia, I yang nak kahwin dululah.
Aku dah jumpa.
Dia dengan Ha-kyung macam, what? Aku dah jumpa budak ni duduk dengan aku pun dia declare kau dah dapat husband dah ready nak kahwin. What the fuck?
Dah lah duduk kat atas. Actually, favourite interaction aku antara semua subplot ni adalah yang kakak Ha-kyung pergi kedai buku, lepas tu minta buku dia sendiri. Macam tolonglah tengok. Lepas tu tengok assistant dietitian tengok. Lepas tu ketawa. Macam krokodil tak patut ada 5 toes.
Itulah. Kak, mula-mula dia dah kecewa tau. Ada tak buku by this person? Kena check dulu. Ya
kat dalam store.
Ada tak store? Member dah kecewa dah. Lepas tu mama yang aku bagi side dish ni pula duk gelak kat aku. Aduh. Tapi to her credit, dia marah. Dia sedih, lepas tu dia marah, lepas tu dia research balik. Laki berapa kali. Betul lah. Betul ada 4. Okey 4.
Barangkali
Bakal ada
kalau
apa?
barangkali kalau kau novelist, kau akan selalu pergi kat kedai-kedai buku tanya, buku ni mana? Kau nak dengar sebenarnya sold out. Tapi rupanya kita buang ke atas kan.
Busy. So kalau aku kerja popular kan, kerja APS kan, bila petang-petang kalau aku baru start masuk kerja, aku nampak ada 4 orang lepak esok. Korang tengah sembang apa ni? Sekejap kau tengok. Kau tengok orang yang masuk tu, kau tengok dia tanya buku apa. Dia tanya buku ni, kau pergi Google sekarang, kau type nama author ni, kau tengok gambar dia sama tak dengan mamak yang tanya tu. Betul lah, okey RM20, okey esok kau belanja lunch.
Betul.
So sebenarnya kat Malaysia ni ramai penulis, tapi ramai penulis tak sell out, tak ada berjaya menjual buku. Jadi kedai-kedai buku tak nak komen banyak sebab diorang ada side betting. Hari ni kita ada 4 penulis datang melawat.
Susah kalau yang paling senang jual buku apa?
It depends. Banyak benda-benda yang novela paling senang jual lah. Dan kau kena tengok kedai buku. Popular, dia punya target market Chinese readers. MPH, dia punya target market is urban. Kinokuniya, dia punya target market is benda-benda yang MPH dan popular tak jual. So, benda-benda international. So, you need to know your target market, target audience. Then you know how the market for that audience looks like. Then you know which channels to use. Kau pergi dekat MPH ke, popular ke, kau nak pergi independent ke, kau nak pergi kat gerak budaya ke, fiksi dan sebagainya.
Betul.
No, not Patriot please. Sorry. Kalau channel ni support Patriot, today will be my last bedah.
Patriot ni apa weh?
Aku ketawa je every time ada artikel Patriot ke, novel Patriot.
Patriot sir.
Lepas tu
Legend
Press lagi satu.
Melayu ni asal keturunan hebat dulu.
Agenda dia memang kelakar lah. Agenda dia memang kelakar.
Written by Brigadier General ke apa ke?
Something like that. Patriot is a joke lah. So sila baca.
Tapi at least dia patriotic lah dia punya writing.
Okay.
Cuma aku tak tahulah akan sampai stage 11,000 askar dibunuh dalam masa seminggu lebih macam like, tapi kau minta tolong, what?
Shaz, kalau kau bukan Patriot, kau takkan faham apa dia cakap, Shaz. Kau tak ada komen lah, Shaz. Aku bukan Patriot.
Patriotism saya telah dicabar. Esok kita jumpa.
Nanti kita kena kecam.
Kau sekadar principality of Zion dia.
Kita jangan cakap sembah Patriot. Kita nanti kena kecam.
Itu Federation. Kau principality of Zion je.
Kita Zion je. Tak ada, aku koloni je, bye. Aku koloni je. Dan keluar gandam.
Dengan itu berakhirlah siapa ini dan kita akan membincangkan harapan kami bagi episod hujung minggu ini. So, aku tak download trailer pasal Jamal tak suka tengok teaser.
Okay, bye-bye.
Tak ada. Minggu ni tak ada.
Okay, fine.
Apakah harapan anda untuk episod ke-9 dan ke-10 Forecasting Love and Weather hujung minggu ini? Kita mulakan dengan Jamal. Silakan Jamal.
Saya nak tengok Ki-jun menghadap kenyataan dan bergaduh dengan wife dia. Basically kalau dia tak gaduh dengan wife dia, aku tak naklah dia gaduh dengan wife dia. Tapi aku nak dia macam, kau duduk, kau dengar sekarang. I want to see him the next 2 episodes. If not him having those moments, going to get those moments. Dan aku harap whatever the collateral damage of him getting that will not be affecting Siwoo dengan Ha-kyung directly at work. Sebab kalau dia dah gaduh dengan Siwoo kat dalam press conference punya room, I wouldn't be surprised dia gaduh dengan bini dia, besok pergi kerja, terus masuk office masa meeting. Weh, kau, ini conflict of interest ni. Boyfriend dengan girlfriend kerja satu ni.
Oh, dang. Tamizi, pada kau, would they go public first before Ki-jun do this bullshit? Silakan.
Right now it seems that macam yang drive the plot ni adalah Ki-jun dan Yoo-jin. So Siwoo dan Ha-kyung ni, apa yang jadi kat diorang is a mere of reaction towards apa yang Ki-jun dan Yoo-jin ni buat. macam bila dia orang gaduh and then masa itulah the relationship akan move step forward ke apa-apa semua. So macam perasan bila kita bedah kan, banyak betul kita cakap pasal Ki-jun dengan Yoo-jin instead of Siwoo dengan Ha-kyung.
Yes, itu apa yang terjadi kepada startup eventually. So I hope episode lagi.
Betul.
I hope it does not become like that. Shaz, harapan kau untuk episod hujung minggu ini?
I'm hoping Yoo-jin will win this time. Because Ki-jun memang dah lama nak kena ni. Because saya kata macam ni, a lot of the problem stems from his self-denial tau.
Yeah.
Anybody will have self-denial, confirm. But to last that long, sampai benda yang you were the cause of pun you macam like, oh sebab orang lain lah yang menyebabkan masalah ni berlaku kan. So macam Jamal mention tadi, I'm hoping dia akan finally like, you know, have a heart-to-heart talk. We need to settle this down, you know. This is my problems that I'm having right now. And then it's like, kau punya problem apa? Kau cerita sekarang, you know. Then after that, esok or next few episodes, dia orang akan try to resolve it lah, hopefully. Whether it will be like break apart ke, stay apart ke, you know. Or like try to talk over it. Although I rasa dia orang ni takkan talk much about it lah. But one thing in particular, one point in particular, I'm hoping Bapak Siwoo tak show up in the next 2 episodes.
Same.
Yeah.
Because he is perfect as the character yang tak dari mana datang tiba-tiba buat penyakit ni kan. So he has that perfect role when semua dah tengah jadi just nice tau. Guys, I'm back for my remaining 20 million that, you know, your girlfriend promised me earlier. Macam like, bila pula kau promise dia?
Bila dia datang balik.
Kan. So every time dia datang balik tu bawa penyakit besar. But that will be the last time they see him lah, because after that dia orang takkan it'll probably resolve and the father punya plotline will be done with lah.
Okay guys, yes, aku setuju juga. Please lah, no more father storyline. Aku benci ayah dia.
Best karakter yang sangat bagus. Sebab
sangat
kita benci
unrepentant.
Yes.
And
kita ingat kita benci Ki-jun tau. Tu nampak Bapak Siwoo. Oh, lagilah.
Aku rasa ending yang best kan, Ki-jun membawa diri. Lepas tu dia macam hilang pedoman. Lepas tu dia sangkut dekat suburban area mana kan. Lepas tu dia masuk gambling. Lepas tu dia jumpa ayah Siwoo.
Kan. Or maybe dia jumpa ayah Siwoo. Lepas tu dia cakap, oh kau ingat kau hebat lah. Aku dulu pun lagi hebat dari kau lah. Aku pangkat dia tinggi dari kau lah. Aku belajar ni. Lalu aku tengok apa jadi, aku jadi gambler. Ki-jun macam like, oh.
Tapi
aku tak boleh buat jadi tu. I need to do something.
Awak tak handsome macam saya.
Wow.
Betul banget. Alright guys.
Awak tak handsome macam saya.
Untuk malam ini. Yeah. So terima kasih kerana menonton guys. Join us next week di mana kita bakal membedah tentang Forecasting Love and Weather episod 98 setiap malam Rabu. Dan bermula daripada minggu depan, setiap malam kalau boleh kita akan buat BuzzPOP bincang di mana kita bincangkan 3 hingga 5 berita menarik daripada Hollywood setiap hari. So that's all for this week. Thank you for watching guys. Majulah fandom.
Cok, nak cakap something. Kepada yang nak layan K-drama baru, tolong layan business proposal.
Aku baru nak tanya, business proposal okey?
Lawak, serius lawak. Tolong kan tengok.
Baik.
Serius guys. Romcom yang
That's all
terbaik.
for now. Terima kasih. Majulah fandom untuk negara. Bye.